Lines in the building.
Here we go again, yeah, you can do it, yeah, motivated every day, we get into it, yeah, saying less and doing.
Alright, I'm your host with the most, Lonelle Walker. I want to welcome you back to the Dinner Club. I got my co-host here, the one and only, Tyson's in the building. What's up, bro?
Hey, how's it going there, everybody? Hope y'all feeling live.
Hey, man, we got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about, a lot of interesting stuff to cover, but we're going to do things a little different. We're going to change up the dynamic. So when we have guests, we're not going to go through our normal 5 courses. We're just going to let these guys talk a little bit, throw some hot topics out there, wild card it a little bit, and just see how that flows, get to know them a little bit more. And then when it's just me and Tyson in here, we'll go through the typical itinerary of how we handle the show. But so before I get into anything, man, we've got some beautiful weather today, man. I really appreciate that. It was nice to wake up this morning to that. How you guys feel about the weather?
Clap it up for Mother Nature.
Clap it up for Mother Nature.
Round of applause.
All right.
It's been nice out, man.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It's a nice change, man. You can open the windows.
She came through with the hot breeze. Like, hey.
Yeah, nah, for real. I went outside in my big ass coat thinking, it's gonna be the normal day, and I was like, damn, it's hot.
Yeah,
I had to roll down the window.
I brought a big old vest and everything, thinking it would be cold.
Yeah, bro. I was excited to roll down the window.
I don't never wear a coat, so I rolled out the same way I roll out every day, and I was just pleasantly surprised.
All right, man. That's one way to do it.
All right, so just so you guys know, we got a couple of guests in the building right now. I want to open up the mics to my guy, Policy. If you can just introduce yourself a little bit, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name's Policy. I'm a rapper. I've been doing it for like that long, probably like my whole life. All my content's on Instagram and Facebook, pretty much at Pablo Sets the Bar. I'm on like a ton of the Grimo ciphers. That's it, man. I got an album coming out soon and a mixtape this year. So
That's dope. So like, how'd you get linked with Grimo? Because I noticed when you came in, me being somebody who's been working with Grimo for like ever now. I remember when you first started coming around, but I never really got to your origin story. You know what I'm saying? So like, how'd that happen for you?
So my boy actually, Mark Tebow, has been down with them just for years. He just would go to all the events. He's not really like a MC or anything. But he writes here and there, but he really fucks with hip hop, so he used to go to all the ciphers with Lingo, and I'm not sure exactly how they met or anything, but he used to tell me all the time, like, you gotta, and I was kind of shy for a while, and I was still working on my craft and stuff, so like, I never really did it for a long time, but I would always watch them, and then eventually I was like, all right, I want to start doing these, so he just messaged Lingo for me, and that was it. They made it happen.
All right.
So, how long have you been working with Grimo now?
I think it's only been probably like 2 years.
And what's your experience been like so far working with those guys?
Pretty awesome, man. I mean, I've done a lot of shit. Just having something like that is coming up, like a new cypher event or something.
Yeah.
Not only is it networking, but it like keeps the pen sharp. So I think I've improved a lot as an MC.
Absolutely.
I've done a lot of different. I think I've done like 16 total, so I'm averaging like 8 a year. Okay. So like I said, like I've gotten to travel all around with them and shit too.
Yeah.
And it's pretty dope. I haven't done any crazy traveling yet, aside from like New York and stuff. But I was talking with them recently, and I'm looking forward to doing like further traveling and just expanding.
Absolutely. And that's kind of dope because these guys are on the road now. Where are they at right now?
Columbus.
Yeah, they're in Columbus, Ohio, man. These guys are always everywhere. Shout out to the Grimo family. And that kind of segues me over to
Ohio to my boys out there. My boy Young Douglas.
Yep. And that segues me over to my next guest. Khing Kosher's in the building. What's up, brother?
Not much, man.
How's it going, man?
Just relaxing. Kind of got tied up in traffic a little bit on the way in.
It's the summertime. Everybody's out now to get spring
man.
anyway. But everybody
on the road driving slow with a bunch of sticks in the back of their truck.
Oh hell yeah! They trying to enjoy it, man. They trying to enjoy that breeze, man. I can't lie. I had to stop at Dunkin's on the way. It was so nice that I was like, nah, I want that coffee, bro. I'm gonna go.
I was almost tempted, but I'm swearing off the coffee and the dairy. Yeah, I'm just done.
I got slush this morning.
I try to stay off of coffee myself because I feel like once you keep drinking it.
Hold on, fam. Y'all coffee phobic? Like, what the fuck's going on here? Hold on, fam.
It ain't that, man.
Y'all are crossing the line. Hold on.
I like when
You're offending me. You're offending me. You're offending me right now. Okay? America runs on dunks.
Wait, all I'm saying.
Green tea.
I'm not disputing that they run on dunks, man. All I'm trying to say is that I got a heart murmur and I found
Oh,
out.
okay.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
so-
damn.
So what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, though,
I'm trying to
is
be healthy.
I like for the caffeine to actually affect me. If it's always in my body, I never get the effect. Of it.
Shit.
Factual.
Yeah, I drink a lot of green tea, but not really coffee. It's gotta be. It's a rare day when I drink
because
coffee.
it's lower in caffeine, but it's still a little bit.
Really good for you and shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
it's a lot
Alright,
better
these-
for you
these
with
healthy
the antioxidants
motherfuckers.
and all that.
You got healthy hip hop in the building.
Healthy
Hell
hip
yeah,
hopper
man.
motherfuckers.
I
All right.
keep it kosher, man. What do you
My
mean?
weed and my coffee is my only sin I got left, goddammit. If they don't let me in the gates because of that shit, I don't want to go there. I'm like, I don't want to go there. I need if they ain't iced coffee in heaven, fuck it.
No.
You know what? If I get to
Hit the
heaven
button.
and there's iced coffee there, I'll drink it.
Hit the fucking button. I need some iced coffee. I have iced coffee in hell all day.
It'll keep you cool.
Keep me exactly.
Now,
You see,
yeah,
you get it.
you know what's messed up is though your hell would be they give you iced coffee, but it's warm. Like,
Or hell
You
is that
can't
it's
listen.
cold.
Listen, guys. I'm not a colorist in my coffee. All right, I drink it black. I drink it light. I drink it super light. I drink that shit warm. You know what I'm saying?
Extra
I love my coffee in all spectrums, baby. I eat that
miss
shit.
coffee.
Eat that shit up to the ground. Feel me? I'm just fuck that. I'm not gonna do all that. You know what I mean? That's a little
miss
fiendish,
coffee.
but
just,
real.
okay.
nah. What happened was actually I wasn't a huge coffee head, but like, man, lately with the shit I got
Sometimes,
going
bro.
on, I'm running on fumes, and there was a lot of shit. Like I was overdoing the
starts,
vitamins
man.
sometimes.
That's how it
so
starts.
I just kind of got to the point where I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna stick with my coffee and my buds, and I'm cool. I drink one iced coffee a day, and I just keep it moving. But I have some days where even he's been around me in the crib, I got that fucking Keurig in the house. It's like having a dope dealer in the kitchen.
I know what you mean. That shit's right in my kitchen,
Yo, bro,
need
you got that French toast? I need that
Yo, I
French
got the
toast, bro.
Keurig built right into one of them
shit.
water cooler
Bro,
things.
please tell me you got some dark roast decaf. This is that. It's that dirt, bro. You brought me some dirt. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. I be arguing with my Keurig, so I gotta get my life together. But anyway, I've digressed. Back to Khing Kosher, man. Yo, what do you got going on, man? Like, what's going on with you? I know you're doing a couple of grind mode ciphers, man. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, like, what you
dropping in a couple of days.
Nice,
on the first, with a couple of people.
That's
and,
dope.
Lingo's on it.
Okay.
It's dope. I really
Okay.
suggest that everyone keep an eye out for it.
Absolutely.
Honestly, man, if you want bars, that's the one to look for.
Okay. Yeah. So, besides that, you got any project coming out? Anything coming release soon? You know, a full length project like a
I've got
consumer can digest.
I've got a single coming out soon and a project dropping in the fall.
Okay. Cool. And you got any? You know, you want to drop a hint? Like, are you cool with releasing the name, or do you have the name yet? You're still working that out, which is totally
I have
cool.
the name, but I kind of like it's going to be part of the marketing. When
Got you. So
know
you're
what I'm
waiting for the
saying?
rollout?
Yeah,
Got you.
it's- There's a couple
Smart
of
move.
things when the single drops, there will be more information.
Okay. Fantastic. So how long have you been running around with grind mode?
I just started this year, basically.
Dope. And how
but
many are you in?
I'm only into one of them hasn't dropped yet.
Okay, yeah, Beast from the East.
Yeah,
I was there that day.
Dope.
Yeah, that was
Shit
a
was
good,
fire,
That was
yep.
a good day.
It was a good day. Good vibes, great
we
vibes.
met
Apathy and like mad cool people. It was kind of like surreal being there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like at first, because like I'm pretty new at rapping, man. Like I started rapping in like 2018.
That's dope.
wow.
That's dope.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
dope. Yeah, you got a unique style. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I like about grind mode. This is a diverse crew of
everybody's doing
rappers.
their thing.
The only thing that I hate is when people start contrasting each other's styles, and it's like, yo, just chill, just appreciate each other for each other's styles. You know what I'm saying?
Got
Like,
their own thing that they're doing.
like-
It's a different lane.
it's sometimes I tell the rapidy rap guys, I'm like, yo, I love you, and I listen to that shit, but after like, I'm not gonna listen to you for hours, bro. Like, I'm gonna have a fucking migraine, bro. Like, super califragic. Fuck that, bro. Like, damn, bro. Like, just talk to me
many
sometimes.
syllables.
So that's why.
gotta-
That's why. I always try to reference Coles and Kendricks because, like, yeah, they're high level rappers, but they have to find a medium sometimes. You wanna appeal to different demographics. So I always say versatility is the best way to
That I'm
go.
working on is because like I feel like I alienated a lot of like rap fans.
Yeah, don't do it. Yeah,
With
don't
my
alienate
first two
yourself.
Releases, right?
Yeah.
because everything is really lyrical. So I have a couple of joints that are like it's more focused on wordplay and flow.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Got
Like,
you.
There's a couple of songs that are like really focused on that, and like one of them's like a chill smoking song, and then another one's like a chilling on the beach type of song. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just rap about what I do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the key. You know what I mean? Because like, I feel like a lot of MCs, like, they feel like there's so many divides going on, and people think it's just politics and stuff, but really, it happens a lot in music.
Yeah.
And it's like I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can enjoy the Migos the same way I can enjoy M, the same way I can enjoy Tech Nine, the same way I can enjoy, so many different artists. I can go down the list for days. Actually,
the Migos may not even be for me, but I don't shit on it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the key. That's the key. People got to keep their
like, I like Future, but my homie over there doesn't. You
gotta be objective.
Doesn't like Future
because music's subjective. It's subjective. It's based on a lot of music reflects different people's experiences.
And sometimes it's mood.
Future is some vibe, mood
like,
stuff. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with like rapidy rap.
Exactly.
It's a vibe. It's a mood.
Exactly. And a mood's important.
Sometimes
you ever been with a chick?
Yeah, bro.
A mood's important.
Right. Well, no, I shouldn't say. I'm probably not playing DMX if I'm trying to catch some buzz.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
But I have played DMX.
But I'm about to sound like shit. I have.
What y'all really want from it?
But again, mood's important. Maybe that girl could be into DMX. Right. Mood's important.
I consider myself like a lyrical rapper, but at the same time, I don't consider myself one of the rapidy rap type of people.
Yeah. Yo, you know what's crazy?
Like a boom
I always like to ask rappers who don't like the Futures and da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Now, I know some guys that are so crazy, like, I can't even talk to a girl who listens to Future. I'm like, what kind of shit?
Like,
what?
That's your defining moment?
Now, here's the other side. Like, I know dudes that literally have told me, like, I was chilling with this girl, man. We was having a good time, Netflix and chill popping. And then, like, she wanted to listen to Future, bro. Just killed the mood. I said...
That killed the mood.
Wait, who's the girl here? Wait, what's going on? Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Like
just
things.
Play her shit, then play your shit, then y'all play each other's shit, and then y'all play with each other.
Shit.
You gotta be able to
the purpose
catch the vibe.
is to put her onto your music, and maybe she'll put you onto some music too.
Bingo.
You can learn from each other.
Yo, bro, people have to learn how
puts
to.
me on the music all the time, and like his girl puts him on the music, and then like you know what I'm saying? Like everybody should just be like, instead of hating on things, you should be focusing on what you like.
Yeah, and not even just that, you can learn things from things that you don't like as well. You know what I mean? So it's good
you can learn what you don't want to do.
Well, that brings me into the political climate where I'm talking about how people got to understand that you can learn things from both parties. You can learn things from people that are sitting on the sidelines. You can learn things. Everything's a teachable moment. This whole entire experience, the reason that we have ability to think, the reason that we have brains is to be able to computate the information that we're receiving. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that we keep that in mind when we're moving through our different spaces, because what's really going on is like a lot of bubbles have converged. Normally, before the internet really boomed the way it has, a lot of lifestyles didn't converge into each other because you had your social circles. You got in contact with people in a more private way. Yep. You didn't have public Facebook events and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So you had to it was more grassroots. That's true. Now that it's expanded, our bubbles have converged and you got a lot of intolerance, which is strange because the people who want intolerance, a lot of the times I see are intolerant. So, you got to find a balance because life is a constant yin and yang. Life is like an earthquake tremor. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then there's
always going to be pressure. You just got to learn how to manage that pressure. You know what I'm saying? And then when it does spill over, you got to have someone to handle the tremors and deal with the aftermath. You know what I'm saying? People that have cooler heads. You know what I mean?
And then there's some people that claim to want tolerance, but they refuse to be tolerant to other people's.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just out here, like, I don't even like to really get into the political topics for the most part.
Yeah, we touch it lightly.
Because it's like such a divisive thing, man. Like, everybody gets so heated and angry. You know what I mean? And like, I look at it from a perspective of someone who votes from like a third party, because I don't agree with either side, man.
Right.
Yeah. I don't agree with none of it.
You know what I mean?
I agree with humanity.
Yeah, man. Right. Like I agree with like finding viable solutions to actual societal issues.
Absolutely.
So now here's the thing about that though is something that I keep telling people over and over again is that you can have acceptance without approval.
Exactly.
So I don't have to approve of what you're saying.
Right.
But I can accept it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
There's an
That's
old saying by a man named Voltaire from a long time ago, and I do not agree with the thing you say, but I defend you to the death your right to say it.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's the beginning of American philosophy.
Right.
You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? That's freedom of speech.
Exactly.
It's like,
Absolutely.
I don't have to agree with you, but I'll be damned if
coexist.
someone's
That's it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, everybody has free speech, but you were never free from the consequence of what you
say.
Right.
So like that's what I be trying to explain to people that want to be bugged out. I'm like, you can say whatever you want.
They didn't take that right away.
But they
took away your job.
Exactly. Yo, people forget
what
basic.
You speak into the world can come on to you.
Yeah, and people forget basic cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I feel like self-preservation's almost gone in a lot of ways too.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people have just lacked basic skills. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't. I always say, man, if an EMP strike happened, you know, people are always worried about having a nuclear war. Do you understand if you blew a nuclear device above our atmosphere,
It would cause an EMP
it would cause
wave.
exactly and wipe out all of our infrastructure, right? And now think about that. How many people that are so confident to be fucking yelling at people online and going crazy at each other would actually survive a scenario like that? There's an overconfidence. There's an overconfidence in humanity, and that's what we talked about last week with a lot of. Well, it's that too, but there's a lot of fake humility. Because if you really were humble, you would understand the insurmountable math that it took for you to even exist.
Yeah.
But instead of understanding that,
Strange to even be here at all, man.
spend a lot of their fucking time online arguing and talking at each other instead of with each other. That's true. You know, I was guilty of this, and maybe about 4 years
I stopped
ago.
playing video games, dude. I sold my Xbox to my brother. I
Videos
sold my
can make you
Xbox
violent.
to
Yeah,
my
they
brother.
they can
It was
make you
making me aggressive, dude.
Yeah, because
I
how
was
you
fighting
talk to
with
people.
I
Yeah,
was fighting with people, dude, getting into real life
Absolutely.
scraps and stuff. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I was, like, dude.
Like,
it just made I got
Do you
rid of the
remember when?
Xbox.
Do you
dude,
remember
I
when
swear to God.
trolling was just like a fad in our society?
dude, it just
That
gets-
shit is
Now it's
a
a way of
part
life.
of our society. It's
Yeah.
a way of life for a lot.
Yeah,
of
that's
people
like
now,
people's
you know what I mean?
purpose. They make it
get
their
you mad.
fucking their purpose in
They're
life.
like,
to-
let me get this burner account.
Having me
and just
want to
go
get
troll
into an Uber
somebody.
and drive
Absolutely.
to someplace. You know what I mean? Like that
I mean, that
kinda
has its
angry
lane too,
shit,
though. If you're
you
trying to
know
be a
what I mean? It's
comedian or
unnecessary.
something, right?
True.
Yeah, but all right, so fuck all the polished shits. Let's get out of the
Yeah,
polished
man,
shits. That's why I
fuck
like to
that.
call it the polished shits. But I like to touch on it, you know what I'm saying? Just
You
get a
gotta.
vibe. Because
You
for
gotta,
me, when
man.
I bring people to the table, no
important if
matter
you don't
what
talk about
artist
it.
you are, what background you come from, I'm trying to get people to, no matter, by way of osmosis, I'm trying to drop knowledge on people or drop a message in the bottle, send a message in the bottle to people that no matter our differences, because this table's about having unlike minds come together.
Fact.
Okay, so no matter what our differences are, when we walk up in the table, we can agree to disagree and still maintain respect. You know what I'm saying? And that's what
Yeah.
it's all about. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Respect is key.
At the end of the day, because if you look at nature and all this other stuff, the stars, the universe, it's all a balance of chaos and beauty. So we just got to balance those. You know what I'm saying? There's necessary ugliness in the world. You know what I'm saying? After a storm comes, what happens? The most beautiful sky you'll ever see. Some of the most beautiful scenery you'll see. You know,
Flowers bloom.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? You need winter and we need the seasons. You need seasons. Your life just can't be summertime all the time. You need
The
seasons.
winter freezes the ground. Then it melts. All that water pollinates
It all matters.
everything, you
So
know?
anyway, we'll move on from that. I want to get back to the music real quick. I want to talk about some of you guys' ultimate goals for music. Like, let's play a little game here. Let's say, whether you're going independent or you're signed to a label, right? But whatever it is, you get the phone call of your dreams, right?
Okay.
And I want to know, what's your moment that you know you've made it personally? Like, what's the first thing that after that phone call you do that, like, what do you think about the most? That, like, damn, when I get where I want to get to, this is what I'm going to do.
Sold out show.
Sold out show.
That's mine.
Billboards.
Like headline.
I
high
guess
headline.
billboards. I don't really see
Billboards.
like a limit for my shit. I just want to keep going.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's that marker. There's the...
People call me and
Yeah,
tell
like
me
a
they see me
milestone,
on
right?
something.
Yeah, feel you. You know what I mean? It's like that milestone. You know what I mean? And I ask these kind of questions because for people who have a dream, a business, whatever, visualization is key to manifesting that reality.
Yeah.
So before you get there, you should be thinking about every minute detail.
Yeah.
Because the more details that you're accounting for, you might not reach them all, but you'll start hitting a lot of them because you're thinking so solution oriented, so detail
Man,
oriented.
you have to consider the variables.
You have to, don't just eat the loaf, account for the crumbs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dope,
that's
dope,
a part of the loaf. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a dope analogy.
So, I just wanted to ask that. And then, let's say when you get there, right? And, it's album time. Not everybody has features, but, you decided I'm going to have a few features on this, right? Who would be your major feature? Who would be that first feature you would be looking to get with in the game? I'll start with you, Khing Kosher.
Honestly, this is gonna sound really conceited, and I hate it, but I actually don't intend to do features.
That's fine. That's totally
man.
fine. I mean, Cole's
Never.
taking that route for how long? So that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I intend to just that way. If I fuck it up,
It's on you.
it's on me. It's my fault. I
Got
can't
you.
get mad at nobody
Roger
for a
that.
song being whack.
Roger that.
It's all my fault.
Roger that. I respect that stance as well. Policy,
I
sir.
probably would want like a Cole feature or like a Chance feature, to be honest.
you.
Like,
Like not on my projects.
You feature on someone else's.
I'd feature on someone else's project.
But your project,
but
you
not
wanna-
my projects are concepts, man.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it
that's
has
dope.
to stay on. Yeah.
Got you.
Okay.
So, and then we got, you said Chance the Rapper
Cole,
and
Chance.
Cole. That's
yeah,
a dope selection.
mostly because I just feel like aside from the music, it'd just be a dope time. The whole experience.
Got
of it,
you.
know
That's
what I mean?
true.
The cool
Got
people
you.
too.
It's a
Like,
vibe.
no
It's a
beef, and no
vibe.
beef.
I feel
It's
like I
a
relate to them
vibe.
as
Like
artists.
if I
a
could
lot,
be
you
on
know,
somebody's song though, I'd probably be on like Puya from Florida,
Okay.
South Florida,
Okay.
or like Denzel Curry,
Okay.
Yeah,
something like
okay.
that, something like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like
dope.
if I could get on somebody else's song,
All right.
honestly, I like them enough that I would put them on my project.
Got you.
Like that's
Got you.
like-
Okay.
Like I'd have to think about people I like enough that I would want them on my project.
See, because sometimes if you don't really, if
You have to really think about
you got to
it,
pose
man.
the question.
Yeah,
you see what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
Now that
That's
I posed
true.
the question, you can kind of simmer on it a little bit.
Yeah, you like,
Again,
okay,
you're
yeah.
visualizing now. You feel what I'm saying? You're starting to think
Or
about
like Germ.
You're starting to think about things outside the box of just hitting these bars and
Yeah.
making sure my shit. It's got to be. There's a whole bunch of intricate little parts that add up to the summation of that
really
picture.
fuck with
architect
Germ, so I
needs
would
his
fuck with Germ.
pieces to build with. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So from there, I always love this one, and I love to visualize this one. What is your first vacation destination? Like, where are you going? You're at the point you can just fucking throw a dart at the map, and you're going wherever the fuck you want to go to celebrate. It's a coronation of sorts. Where are you going?
Where am I going? Man. Well, I'd probably go to Maine and just chill and like
Gotcha.
like honestly, dude, I'm not even about doing all that. Lit
No,
stuff,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
like,
yeah. You never went to backpack anywhere though? Maybe like up a mountain. You know what I'm saying?
I'd probably rent a cabin
Got you.
and like chill
I
with
respect
like
it.
10 of my like close homies.
I
and friends
respect
and
it.
stuff,
I
you know what
respect
mean?
it. Keep it modest. I respect it. Me too.
Get some loud pack, man. Go up there.
Yeah,
Do that, hit
yeah.
up-
You just gotta
hit up
have a
someone.
cabin that's already around that shit. Like, just go
I do.
outside and pick
I know
up.
somebody up in Maine.
He's a real woke dude.
Yeah.
Hey, that's somebody up there. Will find me somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Probably.
I think Italy, either Italy or like Ireland. Or
Yeah.
something. I think Italy, honestly, because I've never been there. It looks beautiful in
It
pictures,
is.
and I love the food. I grew up in an Italian household, so like just the whole culture. I want to experience it firsthand, though. You know what I mean? Not just like going to the north end. Like I need
part
that
of Italy?
authentic shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
You would like go up the whole boot.
Huh?
You
Yeah.
build up the whole
Yeah,
boot
bro.
and
I'm
everything.
from my family roots are from like Sicily and shit. So
Okay.
Start at the
I think
islands.
that's like actually
like in the Mediterranean.
boot there or
and go
something.
up.
Yeah.
That'd be a good. That sounds
Hop around.
awesome. That's like a great vacation idea.
But like I think there's a lot of beautiful women in like I think like Russia or some shit.
He's
I
like,
don't know.
yeah.
Now, Tyson, I know you've done a little bit of traveling. I mean, especially being in the military, not even a little bit. You've done a lot of traveling.
yeah.
What has been one of your favorite places you visited so far?
To be honest, it's gonna sound weird, but Oklahoma City.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? What was the magic there for you?
I've never, and this is again gonna sound crazy. I don't think I've ever been around so much diversity of food. And I'm a fat
that's
boy
true.
at
Fort
heart.
Sill.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I went to basic at Fort
They got
Sill.
food
Yep.
trucks like that
In the army
for
and
days.
it looked boring, honestly. I didn't get to go around and
Yep.
travel,
It's
check
the
it out.
street food
But
out there.
Yeah.
I went out in the town like one time. It seemed boring to me, but
Yeah,
my opinion.
the best, like the best thing in Oklahoma City that you could go for is Korean food.
Yeah, the
Word.
Korean street food.
I'm like, yo,
stuff's wild,
the spicy bulgogi.
Man.
I tried.
I
one
can't
of them
find it
joints.
anywhere.
No, there's a place in New Bedford, or there's a Korean place because my cousin deployed to Korea.
Okay.
And he found this Korean joint. We went. I think it's right near you know that place? What's that place? Texas Roadhouse or something?
Okay,
You
yeah.
know what that is?
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
right over by there.
Okay, I'm sure.
I think I know the one.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to go see
okay.
if they got that bulgogi. I'm there.
I would say I have two places. I would say when I was 12, my church, or the church that was in the community, they was trying to get a lot of us out the street. So they was doing like this thing where a lot of us didn't go past our 10-block radius. Actually, it was like a 3-block radius because it was, the inner city was a little crazy. I grew up in Boston. It was the 90s, all that shit. So it was a little crazy. And I remember our church was doing like a trip, you know what I'm saying? And it was a pivotal time in my life. My uncle had just went away for life. It was a bunch of stuff going on in the neighborhood. My mom decided it was time to get me out of here for a little bit. So I was like the Fresh Prince of Senegal for a little bit. So they sent us over there and I went to Senegal, and that was a truly enlightening experience for me, being an African-American child who has lost a lot of his identity through the academia and how they, whitewash a lot of our history. And, they just, you guys know the deal. Yeah. So I go over there. That was a personal
History is
experience for me. that was the first time ever in my life I saw a depiction of a actual black Jesus on the wall. Like I never seen it anywhere else. And like literally there in Senegal, they have like all of this other stuff. And I don't care about all the semantics of debating, whatever, but it was empowering. You know what I'm saying? When as anybody who's growing up and you have superheroes, that's why Black Panther's a big deal for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It's a representation of
Moses in the
a higher
Jewish culture.
Yeah, exactly. It's a representation of a higher self. You know what I'm saying? And the ability to be a superpower. So anyway, that was my personal one. And then actually one of the dopest places I ever been was DC.
DC,
and I've been all around. DC's
cool.
club culture is something else.
Not just that, man. Like, it's wild.
But it's not like a club culture. I put it like this. It's not a club culture. I went there, motherfuckers was reading books in the club.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. I was there like in the middle of the club, chilling with my shorty, ordering drinks, reading books. Then they had like a certain vibe to the music. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the atypical shit you hear. You know, they got their whole go-go style and shit down there.
It's got like a club. It's called like club EDM, like house music.
It reminded me of like old time speakeasies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like we might as well have been in Gatsby in that motherfucker for some you know what I mean? Like it was real fire. So the vibe was real dope. Shit. It's rich in a lot of history. You know, you can visit all the national museums. I think it's a good idea for people to visit. It's free, you know what I'm saying? So why not go down there and check all of that out and visit everything? But personally for me, that was a great experience.
That's it.
My last question for you guys, and then I'm going to bring over another special guest that we have, K Wattz. Then we'll take a little break, and then we're going to come back and all discuss some of these hot topics that we have set up for everybody. So my last question for you guys. So you make the money, you got the bag, your dream is there, you're looking at your account, it's healthy enough where you can be anywhere in the world you want to be. Would you leave Mass when you get the money? And if so, where would you live?
I would 100% leave Mass.
Gotcha.
I would go back to Maine where I was born.
Okay. It makes perfect sense.
If I got money like that, I'm trying to build like literally like a compound, buy my mother's house and build that shit and like just build it up. Especially, it's like my childhood home and shit.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna have a crib like probably, out in Florida. My pops lives down there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That Mass Florida connection's hard, son. Yeah. You can go to Florida and be like, you just go down and you hit Boston.
You be like Patriots, and they're like, yeah.
And you're like, oh shit.
I'm in Florida. Yeah, man. I'm in Miami right now. I'm in Orlando right now.
Somebody said to me, Florida's where Massachusetts Republicans move to.
It's kind of true.
It's kind of true.
You go in there,
it's fucked up.
I went to a bar
hairspray and talcum powder down there.
Yeah, when I went to a bar while I was down there, I swear you walked in and you thought you were in like South Boston.
It depends. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
the way it's set up. There's Dunkin' Donuts everywhere.
There's
like all sorts of stuff that's like wicked Mass.
I'm like,
it is.
This is Florida?
It is crazy. Yeah,
There's Patriots merch down there.
No,
they got their own team.
That's a fact.
They got their own team.
That's a fact. Training down there for a while. I think they still do. They just moved the city.
My family has a little vacation property in Kissimmee, and when we go down there, it's like right near all the theme parks and everything. So there's like all those stores that sell all the Disney mini shit. You know what I'm saying? I walk in, and it was crazy because like the first row was Patriots, Mickey Mouses. And then after that was their teams. I'm like, damn, all right.
So they said we mess with the champs.
Take that dub.
They just know.
Yeah, they mess with the champs. That's it.
We'll take that dub. All right. So real quick, I just want to sub someone out real quick. I want to bring K Wattz in and go through some of these questions. K Wattz coming all the way out from the bean, right? You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna have a conversation with K Wattz, give her some of these hot topics real quick. We can get her presence or her take on this, and let's get it rocking, guys. So we're back to the Dinner Club podcast. Your host with the most, Lonelle Walker. I got my co-host here, Tyson, with me.
Bum.
We holding it down. We got a special guest in the building coming all the way out from Boston. We got K Wattz in the building. What's popping with you, K?
No, that's popping with you. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Hey man, I'm happy to have you. I appreciate you coming out and spending some time with us.
Yeah.
So listen, I've been seeing a lot of dope stuff going on with you, man. I checked out some of your dope videos. You got one, I just watched it last night. It was pretty fire. The one, what is it? You won't catch me hurting, you won't see me hurting?
Yeah, you won't see me hurting.
Yeah, that's pretty fire. You came out that just a little while ago, right?
It's crazy too, because I wrote that when I was like, I want to say 16 years old, 17 years old.
Really?
So I'm 25 now, so that's been out there for a minute, so I just got the chance to shoot the visual.
That's dope. That's dope.
Bringing
now,
everything to life.
You said you're how old now?
I was 16 when I wrote that.
And you're how old now?
25.
That's dope.
So it's holding.
It's not dated at all.
Right, in facts. And that's always what I wanted to do with music. I always wanted to make timeless music. I feel like I love the music industry in whole, but I feel like nowadays there's a lot of temporary artists. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like just for a buzz or a couple years. I really want to be here for a while. I want to maintain, and some of my favorite artists did that, like Nas or Lauryn Hill, like. they made a career out of this.
No,
Here for
that's a
Wattz
fact.
Timeless Records.
That's a fact.
This
That's a
education
fact.
still bumps.
Yeah, right. You want that? You want it to be a classic. If you could create a classic from this here year after year, that's really what
It's all about. Yeah. So for you, because you know I grew up in Boston, born and raised. You know what I'm saying, I've been out for the last 7 years, built my family and shit out here. But Boston's my, I grew up in Lenox Street projects, all that. I'm used to the scene, all that shit. Came from all that. How is it navigating that space while you're trying to do music? Because it's definitely hectic down there. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, I would say that's what made me. You know what I mean? The cold streets of Boston.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
yep.
Like you gotta love it. But I will say there's a lot that needs to change.
Absolutely.
We need to definitely embrace our artists. You know what I mean? It's cold out there, but that's what, and I mean, like, you take it for what it is. So that environment makes you a different type of artist because you got to take the struggles and the barriers. But at the same time, I do want to say for everybody, you do want to support the ones that are coming up because that's what's going to make our industry.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We waiting for that real liftoff.
Well, that's always been an issue that I had. You know what I'm saying? I'm turning 34 next week, and the generation above us and my generation didn't do right by everybody under us. So my whole thing has been about just running around and lighting as many fires as I can, passing as many torches as I can, because I never understood how we felt that abuse from the people above us and then we handed that abuse down. We didn't correct that. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like part of that though has to do with like they're not equipped. And you can't, if you're not equipped, you almost don't know how to equip the next generation.
So absolutely.
It's like they're learning while trying to be teachers.
And absolutely. I understand that. You know, that's what we was talking about earlier. Like, I completely understand that, but then somebody has to wake up and start applying pressure. You feel what I'm saying? Because like, it's like when I get into big debates with people telling me about the system, and I'm like, fuck, bro, stop telling me. I already know. You know what I'm saying? We all know.
Yes, we know. Right.
We know. Let's get to some progress. That's all I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? Like, people talk to me sometimes like I'm not naive to like, bro, I understand what you're saying.
Right.
But it's 2019, fam. I'm watching every other facet of life get their due. It's time for us to get ours. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? If we're staying problem oriented, if we're staying stuck on 300 years, no, we need to take that 300 years and apply pressure today.
Whoa, you sound like
pressure.
Oh yeah, nah.
Apply pressure, you real?
You gotta apply that pressure. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's another thing. You know, growing up in the city, I'm sure, especially your demographic, especially being, just say that 16 to 25, it's been crazy because like you've watched the city change completely, neighborhoods change completely. Like I was far removed, so when I go down there and I go down to Deli and I see a Tasty Burger, I'm like, what the what? Huh?
Yeah, it's different.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
It's crazy. So like, how's that rocking? You know what I'm saying? Like, how's that?
That's crazy because it's like you go down certain places, you driving around, like everything look different. Yeah. And all I can think about is leaders like you.
Yes, sir.
Keep the culture alive. You feel me? To really keep it pushing because we who make the city, we who make the state.
Yep.
And we the product. You know what I mean? So it's like we really need to keep pushing this and keep the culture alive. So I really salute that. I mean.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing with me though. My whole approach is like, I'm not on some, I came up fucked up. So I don't hide that. You know what I'm saying? Like I teach from my mistakes because a lot of people who ever came in to try to give us resources and shit didn't understand that their perch disconnected them from us. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to this, I did that. I'm like, yo, bro, Dick Tracy, chill the fuck out, bro. Like
entitlement.
It's cool. Like I'm happy for you. Clap it up, motherfucker. I'm still getting shot at on the corners and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can come do your big brother, little sister shit, whatever the fuck you want to do. But when you leave, it's still war out here. It's just like how when you go to work, you got to do your little shuck and jive, and then when you get home, it's a whole different bag. A lot of people in America don't understand how the black American culture lives with personalities because we have to adapt to different situations. You can't just walk around with your blackness on 10.0 everywhere.
I feel like you live in two different lifestyles.
You are.
You got to put different switches on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So that's all it is.
So to understand that and understand how we navigate that space, especially in a city like Boston, where personally, Boston has its issues, but it's not an overly racist. It's not an overly racist place to me as far as like my dealings with people versus the system. I think the system is really bent in Boston more than the people because the people vote liberal. They, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a hella liberal city, but the system is hella not liberal. You know what I'm saying? It's
changes need to be made.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So like for artists in Boston, you know what I'm saying? It's been it's had nothing but talent, and I think along the way a lot of the talent got lost in the sauce because the industry itself would not get the recognition that it needed. Right. They wouldn't move on from Benzinos and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to Benzino. No disrespect. But I got a 25-year-old artist here trying to get the bag, trying to get to what she needs to get to. You know what I'm saying? To make her career, her family, her life right from a city that's a major media outlet. So we have to consider that. You know, we got our own kind of Wall Street and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like that city's pumping a lot of bread through it. So we got to figure out how to support these artists. You know what I'm saying? But beyond that, you know, I like to give you like a little off the ball topic, curveball, before we get into like some of the actual questions. Definitely. So I want to talk about your cypher experience that you had with Rusty. Because I saw you kill that, you know what I'm saying? I saw a lot of dope artists on that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's that experience like? Because Rusty, I'm just a baby Rusty. Rusty been doing this forever, you know what I'm saying? He's a professional at this, you know what I'm saying? Rusty goes, I know Rusty all the way back to when he was called Rusty the Toe Jammer. He used to DJ with his... He used to DJ with his feet. Yes. Do you understand what I'm saying? This nigga would do a set with his feet. I can pull it up. I'll find it for y'all. Real beast. Okay? Yeah. I'm going to throw that clip in here. Y'all catch that clip thrown in, you know what I'm saying? I'll do a little cutout to that clip so y'all can check it out. My homie, squick it with the big toe, you feel me? It's out here. Hit that fader with the baby toe. Bong, bong, you know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. Y'all, it's out here, you feel me? So, how was that experience working with Rusty and everything?
That was fire. To be honest, I was really honored because... when I do this music, I don't look for no recognition. I don't look for really anything. This is what I love to do. Yeah. And I just put this out for the culture and for everything. And I've been watching Rusty since I was, younger.
Yeah,
from the CD station that he had, and then he goes to the radio. He's always been big on knowledge, pushing the jewels. So when I got caught up to the radio station with other, powerful females who's doing this thing too, it's fine.
Yeah, y'all did y'all thing, you know what I'm saying? So, that shit's empowering, especially with us having a women's herstory event going on tonight.
Definitely.
I watched that cypher a few times, you know what I'm saying? Just got gassed off the energy, you know what I'm saying? And like, I love your energy. I love your presence, you know what I mean? Like, you got a dope presence. I think you got a bright future, you know what I'm saying? I think as long as you stay out the mud, don't let the trolls, you know what I mean? All that stupidity, all that crap. You know, the atypical stuff an artist got to deal with in this climate, especially in your age bracket.
Definitely, it's a lot.
I tell everybody, don't 6'9" yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because no matter what, it was a bad situation for everybody involved, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't ever want to even just... People keep asking me, what was the best way to handle that situation? Not to fucking be in it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's a real answer, too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
And it's crazy, too, 'cause a lot of artists, I feel, get caught up in... just trying to chase fame or hype.
Well, this
really
clout thoughts.
That clout culture. It's the clout culture. Clout thoughts.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
You really need to know what you're here for before you get into it. Because you're going to catch a lot of situations like that. People trying to pull you in. You really need to know what you're about.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So let's get into some of these other quick questions here. I want to talk about your ultimate goals with music. Like, what's your ultimate goal? Like, what is that moment when you make it in the game? That like, what is a moment that could happen to you while you're on your ascension that you're like, damn, I just reached that next level. I'm there.
The ultimate goal, I don't need one, but the ultimate goal would be to get a Grammy. I would love that in the game. That's really what I'm pushing for. You know. But so that's the long-term goal. As far as the short-term goal, I'm just really trying to touch people every day. If I can touch your soul and you can hear my music, vibe with my lyrics, that's really what means the world to me. I see a lot of little kids singing my lyrics. That means the world to me. Just stuff like that. So if I can touch people, touch my culture, and just really be into it, that's what means the world to me. If awards come with it, cool. If not, I'm really here for the culture.
I fuck with that. I fuck with that. So with that being said, look, your major album's coming out. You're in the planning phase. You're about to get this shit popping. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's anticipating your work coming out. You got the whole buzz. You got everybody lighting up, and you're just like, you know what? I want to hit this person up. You know what I'm saying? Or you get that phone call. Who would you want that phone call to be from? That's ready to get it popping and get a feature on your project.
Definitely. So. I love Nas. That's my man. He inspired me. I grew up on Nas. So if I ever got a call, I don't care if it's for a feature, he just want to talk to me for me.
Got you.
You know what I mean? I'd be like, wow.
Got you.
And then under him, you see the J. Cole's, you see the Dave East. Those are people I would have won on the feature on. These are people I looked up to. So it's definitely nice to see that. From my own city, I love the buzz. I love what's coming up. I love to see the artists growing up, and I just want to collab with many people as possible.
I could tell just from those answers you gave, you have this, and I hear it in your music. I could hear that edge from where we're from, but that knowledge. to get away from what we're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So it is a balance. I like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I liked about the track I checked out. You know what I'm saying? I checked out actually a couple of tracks, but that video in particular was like, okay,
hey, I appreciate you.
I was like, what's going on out here? You know what I'm saying? I've been a little removed from the city. I'm like, I need to take a little drive. You know what I'm saying? I need to get up with K Wattz and see what's popping out here. You know what I'm saying? So you got your feature, your album's out. You got the Grammy. You chilling. You're like, you know what? I've been busting my ass. I've been on tour for 2 years straight. I've been killing the shows. I've been all over the world. Yeah. I need a break. Where's your vacation destination?
All right, vacation. I would love to take a vacation to DR, but besides that, I want to really go into who supports me. And randomly, when you're putting your music out there, you don't really know who's really listening. I've been getting a lot of people from Nigeria. So I want to go out there. You feel me? Like I want to go.
We can make that happen.
You know what I'm saying?
We can make that happen.
I want to go to supports me, and a lot of people hit me up from there and just they're like, "Yo, we want you to come." That would be my first trip because I want to know rock with who really rocks with me. You know what I mean? And that's
well. With that being said, that's fire.
That's that'd be dope. Right?
I can tell you from my experience. We're sold an image here, and it's always of other countries that ain't what it is. Yep. And you can make a beautiful life in Africa,
right?
The more I keep watching, the more I keep watching the news, I'm like, I can make a beautiful life in Africa.
They got you thinking because it's like, oh no,
like this shit about to pop off. Right. I ain't fighting this war. I keep telling, message. I keep telling black people, sit this one out, just chill. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit. You know what I mean? Like you know, like how this country had mad shit it did. It didn't take care of it, and everybody's going crazy. Like this is the part where we sit it out and just watch that karma handle itself while these people go crazy for a little bit. Because at the end of the day, it's all going to coalesce. We had 2 world wars, a civil war, so this shit's gonna bypass eventually. And if it doesn't, then well, you know, we fucked up anyway. So so yeah, that's pretty much all my topics that I really wanted to run through. I just want to talk about anything else you got going on, where people can find you, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. And then we're going to get into some other topics. We'll bring everybody back to the table and get into some more topics that we're going to talk about. Some wild card shit out there.
Definitely, yo. I appreciate y'all for having me. This is a dope platform. I'm tell all my other artists about it. And if you want to reach me, I spend a lot of time on Facebook. Catch me at K Thomas, K-A-Y, space Thomas, Thomas. On Instagram, I spend a lot of time too. And that's official K Wattz, official K-A-Y, W-A-T-T-Z. Shout out, man. Happy to be here.
Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? And also, just so you know, a little, you know, we got linked online, you know what I'm saying? I believe, I forgot who it was that hit me up first, hit me to you.
Zombie Ray, I want to say
yes, my homie
that's my
Zombie.
Mans, he get it in.
My little homie Zombie, that's another super talented.
Yes. Shout out to the youth too, because he's like 15, 16 years old.
That's why we putting on for him. Yeah, we putting on for all the youth.
We need that. Yes.
That's what the showcase tonight's about. You know what I'm saying? And we do the monthly showcase every month at Third Eye on the Pride events. And that's what that shit's about. You know what I'm saying? Like providing the young adults. I'm trying to bridge the gap. The young OGs, the young adults, and the youth acts. You know what I'm saying? That's the categories we break them down into, and we put them all in the same place so they can vibe, build with each other. The only thing I ask the older adults to not do is promote killing. You know what I'm saying? Like I can deal with other shit, you know what I'm saying? But just murder, genocide in our community has to chill. You know what I'm saying? Like so that's the only thing that I have is like a barrier. And also Tyson is somebody that a lot of artists need to build with. If you're looking for management, branding, whatever you know can think of, like Tyson is a branding extraordinaire. And that's an understatement. Even as big as that sounded, that's an understatement.
Thank you. Appreciate
he's definitely
that.
knowledgeable in all the areas that matter in order to get content out there. People are always asking me, you know, about PRs and A&Rs and all of that stuff. This guy is like a one-stop shop for everything that you need to roll out your projects. Quality control. That's the main thing, quality control. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you guys should definitely connect after this. I think that these guys should definitely connect, but you two should definitely connect. You guys can do some damage together. I appreciate you coming out. You know what I'm saying? We're about to get into some more topics. I can have Policy and I got Policy come back over, and I can have Khing Kosher come back over. And then we're just going to kick off these topics. I just want to get everybody's feelings on it. You guys are going to have to share a mic, so you could probably pull another chair over real quick. Just pull another chair over, and you guys can share a mic, because I can turn it up where to hear you both.
Turn up the game.
Yep, do you think? Come on over. We can get into some of these
Come on over, baby.
Throwback, Christina Aguilera. I had the biggest crush on her when I was younger, dog.
You weren't the only one. Okay.
Yo, somebody pass me my phone. Darnell, pass me my phone, sir. So as I was saying earlier, we're going to be doing things a little bit different here. And when we have guests in, we're going to skip all the other courses. And then when we get to the end, we're going to do our wild cards and all that stuff. But that's basically our just dessert section. So you'll hear us talk to all the artists, vibe and everything. Then we'll get into the just desserts. We're going to have a little fun with some of these topics. There's been some interesting stuff going on during the week. So I really got to go through some of these topics. I know Tyson has a couple off the top of his head. We're going to just throw these things out there and we'll all have like some funny conversation about it. I do want to pre-warn anyone who's about to listen to this section. This is the no filter section. This is the leave your being offended and all of that shit at home. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not the goal here. We're just having fun. We're cracking jokes. You ever heard of comedy? Well, that's this section. You know what I'm saying? It's just wild, youthful banter about dumb shit, and none of this shit is reflecting how we actually deal with our lives on a day-to-day basis or how we function in society. This is just a free-spirited conversation of open dialogue and free speech. All right, so everybody just chill out, relax,
and enjoy.
Go grab a margarita or some shit, and get ready to enjoy some funny-ass topics.
Hide kids, hide your wife.
So,
not for the faint of heart.
We're about to get into some funny shit. I want to know, so when it comes to drugging people and all this other shit, right? You know, we have a strong stance on it when it comes to men in any regard, which I'm A-okay with. I'm A-okay with. A-okay with. I have no problem with holding men accountable for not only the actions that they do when they drug someone, but the actual act of drugging someone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I understand us getting on the men.
Right.
But there were people that were saying, in Bill Cosby's defense, and I'm not defending, I'm saying the people that were saying this in his defense were saying that was the times, that was the culture. And a lot of people was like, I don't give a shit, get that guy. Okay, fine, whatever.
It's fair.
That's what we're doing? Fine, whatever. But let's keep that energy.
Wait, and let me just interpret that for the politically correct people.
Yes.
Keep that same energy works out to be, I would like you to keep that same level of accountability.
There we go. Yeah.
Thank you.
This is what I'm talking about. He's my interpreter. Y'all feel me?
It's like
when my vernacular's not popping the way it needs to be to translate to some people, he's gonna come in there and ba-ba-bong. You feel what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. This is a team effort.
Right. Webster's dictionary over here.
So with that being said, Cardi B 3 years ago dropped a video on Instagram talking about how she was going through her struggles coming up in the game. I understand all of that, and I could even see it when she said it. She knew that she shouldn't have said that shit. Yeah. So that's why everybody defended her. I'm like, watch the video. You can see in her face. She knew she should not have said that shit. That's why them tears started flowing right the fuck after that, because she knew she fucked up, and that's what motherfuckers do when they try to rein it back in. She's like, oh shit, I fucked up. Tears. Anyway, with that being said, Cardi B drugging men and robbing them. Is this acceptable in our culture or not? Because I know it might be a part of the culture, but is it acceptable?
Can we add in? I want to add in something to that because it's drugging and robbing, but I want to toss in this allegedly because one dude did come forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Allegedly.
And he said allegedly there was also a used condom that he did not remember.
I think that earlier.
Yeah. You know what I
mean? So she already admitted that she drugged and robbed. Now we have an alleged rape situation, sexual assault right there. So
let's talk about it. Kay, what you think, man? Like, I know this is in our culture, and people saying that does not mean it's, to me, in my opinion, doesn't mean that just because it's in our culture makes it okay.
Right.
We have to police our culture.
Right.
So what's your feelings on it? You know what I'm saying?
You 100% right. Like, I think that so much stuff gets put out nowadays that people get normalized to it and they think that's okay, or now I see it more, rape culture, or whatever they see more, they get normalized to it.
Yeah.
So that does not make it okay.
Absolutely
you know what I mean?
not.
There's a double standard created even when I saw, it may be funny, but even when this stuff happened with Bow Wow and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
When people ain't fighting back and you getting hit.
It's like, what was he supposed to do? Either way, he takes that L. Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? It's messed up because men do get it harder when it's the other way. And it shouldn't be that way. Either way, it's not okay. She shouldn't be drugging people and she shouldn't be
absolutely.
Doing it.
Yeah.
It's still not right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether it's in the past or whether she still brought it up and she still made it apparent that that's part of her character. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel is wrong. And it should never be a double standard. You know?
Now, what we feeling over here from the guys' side? What's up?
Personally, I don't like that being said that it's like a part of the culture. I don't think there's people in our culture that do fucked up shit.
Exactly.
The fucked up shit is not part of the culture itself. Like in every culture. But on the other hand, I agree. There's like a double standard, and like I wouldn't want someone fucking drugging me.
Right.
But like, as far as like, I don't really judge a person who's like done better. She's got out of that. She's probably in a bad situation and got out of it.
Survival mode stuff.
If she happens to get caught up on charges, I mean, there's I don't know, what is it, 7 years or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, somebody for a crime for it. So then she should fucking deal with that shit.
Crime,
yeah, in the Cosby case, it was like 20, 30,
30 years. Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, if he did it, he fucking did it.
No, exactly. Like, yo,
it is what it is. She should probably be held accountable for it. Still,
and you know, and the thing is like, I'm not looking for her to be locked up.
No.
Right.
But I'm at least looking for people that hold that energy where it's like, that's not cool. Because, and I wouldn't have this issue if I felt like her apology was legitimate, but it wasn't even an apology.
She didn't apologize for the actions. She pretty much just said, "I'm not that person. I'm sorry that I said that."
Yeah,
like I'm sorry that I said that.
That,
I'm
but
sorry
not
that I
did
did it.
They just regret saying it.
Right, I regret saying it, and I'm not the same person anymore because now I have money.
Right,
and
like,
but if you didn't have money,
would it be?
You would still be the same person pulling the jokes.
Because there's a lot of dudes that like. Like, all right, so she's like a Spanish female. There's like a lot of white dudes too that get away with all types of shit like that all the fucking time.
That is true.
No, absolutely.
Everybody who's rich thinks they could just get away with shit because they're rich.
We just gotta hold everybody accountable. Right. That's the thing. We can't accomplish the goal if we're not gonna hold everybody accountable. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't buy your way into fucking college.
Pull it over a little bit.
Every ounce of accountability needs to happen because there can't be any double standards with this, man. Like,
yes.
You know, men and women need to be treated equally.
Yeah.
And if we're going to treat them equally, we got to treat everybody
across the board.
Exactly.
Right. Like, this woman drugged people and robbed them and allegedly sexually assaulted them.
Yep.
She's got to go to jail.
Like, do something.
Or, like, do whatever it is.
Yeah. She got to go through the ringer. She got to go through the ringer.
She got to be accountable for it. She has to own
I need to see all the Bill Cosby memes. I've been seeing them, though. I got to give it. The internet is undefeated.
They put people through it.
Yeah, they did.
So,
I shared one this morning.
Dude, that one.
You seen it, right?
That one.
Funny when you wake up, it's like, did we get robbed by Cardi B? Did we get robbed by Cardi B?
It is putting all up there.
They got some good ones. They got one where it's saying it's just her picture blurred, so it's like your vision is blurred around her. They got one with
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle
with Rick James when he walks into Charlie Murphy's Eddie Murphy's house, and it's like Cardi walking into your place. This is nuts.
They got one with
like that, man.
They got one with her telling Offset she poured him a drink. He said, "You take a few sips."
Say you first.
I seen one where it was a dude and it was like getting mad blurry and it was like me watching Cardi watching me.
That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, I saw that one. It was crazy. So again, like, and here's the thing: like a lot of people. So even I was on that wave with like. Is that a double standard too that we can joke about it? Because if it was a woman in that scenario, we couldn't even laugh.
I think that.
But here's what I came to the conclusion of.
Yeah, let's see.
We laugh about Cosby.
Hood politics. Hood politics though.
People do.
This is where some of this shit actually is applicable, right? If you did something fucked up, we clown you.
Yeah.
We clown you.
You gonna have to take that L.
Should be.
So that's how I'm looking at it. Like, we're not making light of the victim. We're not making light of the situation. We're clowning that person.
Because we didn't even know who the victim was.
We didn't.
We just knew she admitted to doing it. We was like, oh wow, you're wild.
Wait, that really happened?
So now my mind's starting to come around on some of that shit. Like, I was like really bothered by a lot of the R. Kelly jokes. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this shit's not funny.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking about it. Well, some of them are distasteful. Like some of them are completely like that. It has not. They're not clowning him. They're literally clowning the victims.
Right.
So that's a little much. But when it's directed at the person based on their actions that they did something like dumb. Because think about it. We all laugh at the guy who goes into the store and tries to rob the store and his gun jams and then he gets shot by the owner or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's hilarious. You know what I'm saying?
You know jokes is coming with that.
About these people that steal from this gas station and this guy makes a YouTube channel out of it. It's hilarious.
Right.
Oh man. Or like the guy. I watched the guy.
It was like bait car.
Yeah, I watched the guy who
you end up making him popping.
Who robbed the store and then came back for his phone. Like, wow, you're amazing.
Lights and comes back for his
all that shit's natural selection. It's just that people don't die like they used to. Yeah. But all that shit's natural selection. Like in that scenario, when if this was like the fucking like medieval days, and you robbed the nigga and came back for your stone that you robbed him with, you're getting stoned to death.
Right, exactly.
Natural selection would have took place there.
I need that back.
Right. Anyway,
that shit would be happening today.
Anyway, so check it out, people. Listen, nobody on this table is against Cardi per se.
Nope.
Because we understand circumstances, situations, lifestyles, environments, etc. But we're not condoning it.
Right. No.
And there's a big difference with that.
And you got to realize something that I was talking about actually last night was I don't feel like there's any such thing as absolute good and absolute bad.
Definitely.
Yes. It's a balance.
Everyone wants to talk about gender spectrums. I feel like there's a morality spectrum, right?
Yes.
And you can indirectly do something that's good, right? But it actually works out to be bad. If you're going there, you want to buy food for the homeless, but you buy it from Chick-fil-A. And now someone's like, well, that goes to support someone who's against, the gay community or something like that. Like, it's I wanted to give the homeless dude food, and he just happened to be outside of a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
The gay community should storm Chick-fil-A and then force them to sell them chicken in protest.
What's crazy?
Chicken
Be like, yo, y'all selling us chicken anyway.
What's crazy is they still serve and they still hire
what's
people
even
from the gay
crazy
community.
is like there's probably gay chickens out there. You know what I mean? There's probably gay animals. They're probably serving the motherfuckers, making money.
Right.
Look, it's not just stop with the humans. Look.
He's like, you don't want gay people eating your chicken, but you fed me a gay chicken. Like, what's up with you, bro? You're mad
all the
biased.
way down the line.
Yeah, you're mad biased,
Now,
bro.
what's crazy is I looked at that and I'm like, well, and not to take it too far off on Chick-fil-A, but Chick-fil-A hires people in the LGBT
Exactly.
community.
So how are you
I'm like,
tax credit.
it's like I have to because I go there, maybe I'm helping them keep a job. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So there's no absolute good, absolute bad. I feel like there's a spectrum. You just have to decide. Like Dave Chappelle would say, he saves but he rapes. Like, you know what I mean?
But
like,
here's the thing too, like people have to understand. So some people get so offended, and like I don't really get offended by this stuff. You know why? Because there's alternatives, fam. Like Chick-fil-A's not that fucking good for me to be tripping. Like, oh, I'll never have another Chick-fil-A sandwich. Nigga, there's mad place to get a fucking chicken sandwich.
Dude, so it's like down the street, man, and it's just as good.
It is.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
that's what I heard. I don't eat meat, man, but
It be hitting?
It's that Polynesian sauce. Really.
He says it's sauce.
The sandwiches themselves are kind of too small for like, to do like these.
I have to eat two of them.
Yeah. And the way they fucking charge, come on.
No, man.
So yeah. Cardi, all that shit. You know what I mean? Chick-fil-A, fuck y'all.
It's like that fucking Robin Hood thing.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Steals from the rich.
Your food's aight.
But he's still stealing?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
So next topic. I don't even know what the fuck to think about this situation no more, so I want to know what everybody else thinks because I'm completely lost with this shit. Jesus Christ. Jeebus. I don't want to offend nobody. Jeebus. Jussie Smollett, the charges were dropped. Now, are you guys all familiar with? I mean, obviously, everybody should be familiar with the Jussie Smollett situation, right?
Yeah.
Real quick. I mean,
So
my partner calls him Juicy Smollett now.
Juicy.
Because ain't nothing but tea coming out that boy.
So yeah,
Right, pretty much.
Whoa, yeah, he's brewing that shit up.
He's juicy, man.
Oh man, I'm thinking about tea bags, all kind of shit now. Damn, bro.
He might have tea bag level. Hold up.
Hold on. Come on. Hey, I told you, man. Shit get racy in here. Come on, man.
Jussie or Juicy?
You get edgy, goddamn.
Give me the choice.
Don't get teabag. Anyway, so Jussie Smollett, the charges were dropped. Now, everybody knows or familiar with the story. If you're not familiar with the story, Jussie Smollett is an actor from Empire, a gay black male who also, said that he was attacked by allegedly attacked by two white males wearing. I think the MAGA hat part was taken out, but he said MAGA hats and
noose and bleach.
Yeah, a noose around his neck, bleach.
And
there's so many.
He held on to his Subway sandwich.
Oh man, he held on to his Subway sandwich. The Subway sandwich.
Shout out to the Subway sandwich. That's how you know they're bad.
We just want to say the Subway sandwich was safe throughout the entire incident. There was no harming of any Subway during the filming of this process. Anyway, so anyway, hate crime. You know what I'm saying? He goes home. He's wearing a noose on his neck for hours. Cops come. He asks him to turn off the cam. All kind of shit that made the situation seem shaky. Then he goes and does his interview on Good Morning America. Was it
Robin
Roberts?
Robin Roberts.
Yeah, he went and did a an interview with her, and the guy was crying, all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I keep telling people, like, you got to be careful, man. Like, the person you're watching is an actor. They're trained at this shit. So anyway. So I reserved judgment for most of the time, you know what I'm saying? I sat back and reserved judgment. And, recently in my life, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, coming up in Boston, from the old neighborhood mentality, you know what I'm saying? It was tough to be around certain things, you know what I'm saying? I was a little homophobic, all of that, you know what I'm saying? So I learned to work on that. Yo, Staley, hit that light for me. You can just turn it off. So, again, there you go. When this happened, I was a little reserved, but I've been open to... I don't want to let my openness to things blind me to the fact that some people in any community can be fuckheads. So I reserved some judgment. I wanted to wait, and then I seen all this shit with the Nigerian brothers that apparently he hired to beat him up and play this shit out. And now, after all of this of 16 counts of lying to the police, the charges were dropped. The case was sealed.
And he's got community service and some type. It
was a community service that no. He doesn't even wait. He doesn't have to do community service because he's already done community service. So they said, well, we're going to give you community service. Forget it. We'll drop it, seal it, and something seems off about this. So I really just want to ask because I really don't know. What do you think is going on? I'll start with you, Kay.
I can't really say I know what's going on in this instant. What I think, but I would say for people. There's a lot of people who really go through real stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
So don't play with
that. That's why this is tough.
It's a really tough subject for me because, like, every day people get hurt for
That's what I'm saying.
Who they really are. So don't play with that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
If you set something up, if you...
They crying wolf, like...
Yeah, don't do that. Because when people really need help, they going to throw you off. They going to brush you off.
Yeah, because,
like that.
And then, like, homeboy, the cases get dismissed. Here's what gets me. The case gets dismissed. And it's not like he comes out and he's just like, I'm just glad this is over. I'm going to put this behind me.
He said his mother's child.
He said, I'm my mama's child. I wouldn't be my mama's child if I was lying. He's doubling down.
One drop of what they said was true. I was like, yo.
He's doubling down. So I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really...
Because they found the brothers who supposedly
Exactly. They found the brothers and everything. But
those are the ones who supposedly did it.
And they admitted it. And he gave them a check.
But here's my thing. Is this, again, timing is everything. Hollywood owns half the media.
No.
All of this shit's weird. The timing seems very particular with season finales and all of this shit. So I want to ask y'all a question for real because people think movies are just movies and this shit be based on actual events of things that they studied and researched a lot of the times. So is it possible that this conspiracy or this situation could be as high as Fox, the news,
a marketing ploy because
it's their show,
losing interest in Empire?
It actually matches their everybody hates Trump agenda on that channel. Do you feel that it could be deeper?
Yeah, let me talk about this. Potentially, yeah. I was actually thinking, and I was gonna say before you brought that up. That, like, not for nothing, but in politics all the time, shit like this happens, and they do it, especially when they're running against each other. They literally will send, they'll hire actors to go into crowds and fucking stir up shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They seen the fucking news all the time. It's all fucking scripted.
Yeah,
a lot of it. A lot of our reality is fucking scripted. Yeah. So, like, I think. In his case, maybe for him, he just thought he was slick and was trying to do a publicity stunt on his own level. I don't know if it's that high of a level because I think they would have covered it up better. They're so used to doing it already. You know what I mean? True. If not, then I mean he's going down for it, and he's just maybe start.
Let me throw a little tidbit there. Let me throw a little tidbit there though. Would they cover it up better though if the goal was to make this story?
Right,
like they got caught on purpose.
That's double,
and he got away with it.
I don't think it was a matter of them covering it up. I think he fucked up the plan.
Right.
I think it's.
I think they fucked up the plan. Conveniently, they flew back to Nigeria for 2 weeks.
I think that it has.
Where'd they get that bag from? That's a lot more expensive than $3,500.
I think it has to do with him and his career, man.
That's what it makes you think. It's like
where'd they get that?
It has to do with his career.
Maybe that's what they used for like
to prop up his career.
I think it's to prop up his career because like. Realistically, the show's been on for a while, man. He's probably now typecasted to be a person. As an actor.
Right.
He's typecasted to play roles that are similar to that of what's on his show. He's trying to break out of that probably. He's trying to get more buzz around himself, trying to be the center of attention maybe. You know what I'm saying? And you know it's kind of fucked up because like he did it during Black History Month.
Yeah. Oh man, don't even get me started on that shit.
I'm not even a person of color.
Yeah.
I'm not even a person of color, man. And
you just punched me in the stomach, bro.
I think that shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
Bro. You know what I mean? Like,
it takes away from the month.
It literally it makes.
Because now,
and there's a part of me that thinks that he thought it like that he factored that in.
There was a real hate crime
like, you know what I'm saying?
that very same day. No, that very same day there was a hate crime that happened that didn't get real coverage
by a Jewish man, right?
Yeah, by a
in New
Jewish
York
man in New York.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I
no
shared
coverage,
it. I
zero.
shared that shit.
And you actually had video
that liked it.
Absolutely, I was
when I shared that.
I'm not biased, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And I was like, yo, all of you guys are talking about this Smollett situation when this shit really happened, and it happened in broad daylight, and people recorded it, and it happened, and it's real. It's an actual
There's no question.
No one's talking about it.
Absolutely.
And nobody gives a shit. People talking about this because everyone's talking about this fake news crap.
That's my point, though. Knowing that someone's nitpicking what we consume,
right? They're choosing what we see.
And if that's the case,
they're choosing what we see.
It feels like more people are complicit in this. Okay, let me give you.
They went with it because they want to get people mad because it gets good ratings.
I ain't trying to get my.
They don't give a fuck about how people feel. They just care about their ratings.
Listen to me, Fox. Don't send nobody to my crib. Fuck off. Don't set this black man up. All right, I'm willing to go balls to the wall and chill out. Well, let me tell y'all what I think. So you only get paid $3,500 to pull this shit off, and then the next day you take a flight to Africa. Nigga, there goes your $3,500.
Right.
On one of y'all, you know how much money,
you know how much money that is? That doesn't even make sense for them.
Exactly.
So something's telling me that somebody financed this shit to keep the ratings up. Because again, if you already have, and another thing, you're talking about one of the most corrupt police departments in the world, right? You're telling me it wouldn't be easy for Mr. Murdoch and all his Fox parties and all these people to pay them off, seal the record. Why did the record get sealed? There's too many things here. Yeah. Because hold on. Let me go one step further. Jussie Smollett is not rich. No. He's wealthy.
He's not.
But he's not. He's not. No, I'm sorry.
He's rich.
He's rich, not wealthy.
Yep.
He's rich, but not wealthy. Not wealthy enough to beat that alone. Alone.
Let's talk
about
he
connected to.
I think
exactly. What's his connections at?
I think
Lee Daniels,
and you know what's bothering me? Everyone comparing it to the Roseanne situation. I hate that shit.
Here's another one. How does he keep his job?
Right.
Yeah, man.
How the fuck?
If anything, Roseanne.
Hold on. They want Bob Kraft to sell his fucking team for getting a hand job in a fucking massage parlor.
That's true.
They want Bob Kraft.
That's true.
To sell his fucking team. An old man who has lived a full life, has done plenty for the community.
That's true.
And honestly, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know about the details.
Leave that man alone.
I don't know about the details of why people are working there, etc. But if I go under the presumption that this girl knows what she wants, because there's women that do this as a business, people have to come to terms with that. So if that woman in particular was down for this, the transaction, that's like that, man. But you want to take his team. I'm not even condoning it. You want to take his team, though. This motherfucker still has his job.
Like, here's the deal, man. Like, whatever fine there is for prostitution, like in soliciting a prostitute or whatever, that's what he should pay. And then that's it. And then be done.
Moving. It's
you
a
can't
misdemeanor.
take away his assets just because you don't like the way he does things.
Exactly. So you feel me? They want to take his job for a misdemeanor.
Yeah. They're trying to fuck the team up, though. That's why. Fucking haters.
And this is when
there's all other intentions that go with it. There's always a bad
and this is when I try to enlighten Pats fans.
Fucking deflate game.
This is when I try to. This is when I try to enlighten Pats fans about, because I always bring this contradiction up. This is a blue state, but your favorite sports team, the guy who owns it, and the quarterback support Trump. I don't care.
He also has championships change.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, I don't care particularly, but for the people that I always see going so fucking hard about this division, they don't keep that energy with their sports team. The bias be fucking fugazi as shit. You understand what I'm saying? And now people have to understand, when you just said about it, they don't want that team to succeed, they didn't like the Patriots before. Then when you add in Trump, what do you think? Yeah. I'm not saying that this is exactly what is happening, but I'm saying that line of reasoning could be something for me to shift some moves.
But here's what's interesting to me is that apparently the woman who owned the spa where he went
Yep, was party.
It's cool. Is partying with him and Trump. She's there. She's in a selfie with Trump.
Right.
So
crazy.
You know what I mean? Like,
Shit's crazy. Shit's crazy,
now.
man.
It's high levels to the.
So again, I'm starting to really either I'm going fucking nuts or I'm starting to really see the orchestration of the mechanics behind this shit. Yeah. Because like we see black kids get shot down and all of a sudden fucking Thurgood Marshall movie coming out. We see black kids shot down, all of a sudden a new Martin movie's coming out. We see all kind of shit going on. And next thing you know, there's some movie or something correlating to a lot of this shit. Now, yeah, it could be people being savvy, but I know it takes a long time to write a movie.
Yeah, film it.
So how the fuck within 6 months of a story, or within a couple of months, or within a month, or within a couple of weeks?
12 writers. 12 writers.
There goes another movie. Fruitvale Station. Here you go, guys.
12 writers, man.
That's it.
What the fuck is going on sometimes? Sometimes I really sit back and I wonder what's going on. And I worry about the people who cannot see how it's like I was talking about earlier in the black community, where it's like we're just so problem focused, we're not being solution oriented, and it's the same thing across the spectrum.
We can even talk about
with all people, all parties, all genders, all everything.
Stations are selective about what type of music.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Definitely.
It's payola though. You know what I'm saying? It's the pay to play game. You know what I mean?
You understand too? That's like with any business in general though. That's all marketing shit. That's all like psychology. They're trying to get in your head.
Absolutely.
You just got, if you're hip to that, you know that like when to tune it out and when to just
enjoy it. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the thing though. But there's so many people.
Right.
You know what I say a lot? There's a shitload of dumb people with smartphones.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers act like they wasn't in class. You know what I'm saying? And you don't remember like most of your class was not there.
Most consumers don't understand marketing coming from someone who does
absolutely.
People don't realize that marketing has an effect. They think it's almost an original idea. It's like some Inception type. So it's really hard to get the consumer to smarten up, or like, and if anyone watches wrestling or ever has, they have something called marks. Right?
Okay, yeah.
And then they have people that call themselves smart marks.
Yes.
It's like, if you think you're a smart mark, you're actually an even bigger mark.
And then there's smart.
Right.
There you go. It's like, come on.
Higher up, they always trying to program us.
Yep.
Whether the music they put out or the TV programs they put out, everybody trying to program us. Like you said, tune in and tune out on what.
That's literally the top.
Yeah. So that's what I talk about. Like
promote it, but that's
no. I mean,
the album's name, Mass Programming. It's about
they
that exact
programming you, man.
Okay.
Well, that's why one of the things I've worked very hard on was training myself to be able to balance a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're susceptible and people don't understand, like influence, like your brain is eating too. You know what I'm saying? Like all of this shit is a diet. You know what I'm saying? So like if you wake up every day and the first thing you hit is World Star, and the first thing you watch is Love and Hip Hop, and the first thing you do with and then you see that your relationships are reflecting some of that shit. You see that your relationship with your family, your friends, and everything is reflecting some of that shit. You're inadvertently training your own mind to be a certain prototype that's written into this program. You know what I'm saying? I've unplugged. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm only aware of my blackness because the world outside makes me aware of it, right? But when I'm dealing with people on a case-to-case basis, I don't go into this shit thinking this white person I'm gonna deal with is a fuck. You have to prove it to me first.
Right.
And then once you prove it, I'll deal with you accordingly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that doesn't even necessarily mean me disagreeing with you was going to prove it. Like, let's say there's a difference between being racist to me and being racially insensitive. Right. And a racially insensitive person to me are a lot of people in white communities that grew up and don't know anything else about the black community but what they've consumed on television, YouTube, I wouldn't blame you for thinking some crazy shit if that's all you consume, because it's unbalanced and unfavorable to all the diverse that, you know, a lot of the times in America when people talk about black people, the same way I'm doing it right now, they talk about them as a monolith. Like there's just one voice, one idea, one concept, one lifestyle. Right. And we're so diverse, just like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So in me saying that, you know what I'm saying, I'm just like just circumventing around the fact that I think that the dialogue that we have, I think that the openness to see beyond our spectrums, you know what I'm saying? I think that to understand that, you know, I understand a lot of stuff now, you know what I'm saying? The only thing, like I tell people all the time, the only thing that I'm having trouble with and all this shit that we talk about that's changing and transformation, you know, just everything that's changing. We're in a new paradigm. We're coming into a new time where we're rethinking about gender and education and healthcare and everything, right? Energy consumption, all of this shit. It's very important. You know what I'm saying? It's about time we're ready to fucking update. Your fucking computer updates like every other fucking day, but we don't want to update the fucking Constitution or some of the rules that's been here forever. Like, what the fuck is going going on?
Tech, please update your computer.
So with that being said, like literally the only things that I have challenges dealing with is pronouns. I'm still working on that. I'm still trying to navigate that space. I don't necessarily, and again, I might not be able to. You know, I want anybody to understand that if I cannot, that doesn't mean I won't address you according to what you want to be addressed by. Because if you want to be Echo, I mean, if you want to be a dolphin, I'll call you Echo. It's cool, bro. Like I don't care about that for you, but in my thing I got to do for my bubble, you know what I'm saying? That might not be applicable to how I can educate and go about my day-to-day life.
Like, I'll say it like this.
So it's acceptance versus approval, exactly.
I'll say it like this, like I'll address you the way you want to be addressed.
Yes.
But you are not going to change the way I think in my brain.
Yeah. I got to still have my, you know what I mean? Because I actually...
If I think something's weird or I don't agree with it, I'm gonna probably keep it to myself.
Right.
Unless someone's really rude to me and disrespectful of my way of life.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can get petty. I'm a human being.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And that's another thing I be trying to control too. That aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like I've learned to accept these ebbs. I've learned to accept every fucking aspect of life because it's all fucking beautiful, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's all beautiful to me now, man. Like people think that like I go through the same shit as everybody else. I just refuse to come online and infect you with that energy. I don't want to affect somebody else with my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather lift you up so you can lift me up. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when y'all see me posting positive shit, I'm really having a fucked up day.
Yeah.
You're trying to get yourself.
But I'm telling, it's my writings on the wall for myself and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So
just writing a note and sticking it to your door. So
affirmations and shit. You need that. You know what I'm saying? You got to build habits, and the only way you can do that is reinforcing yourself. You know what I'm saying? With messaging and all of that shit. But you know what's most important too with those affirmations though? Like I was telling you guys about visualization, you have to tell yourself the details. Like if you ask me what's the first move I'm gonna make when I get my bag, I'm building a cul-de-sac. I want to build rebuild the concept of Black Wall Street. But the only caveat is you don't have to be black to be here. You just gotta have an open heart, open dialogue, care about each other. The village has to be strong. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll start one village at a time and build from there. That's actually my ultimate goal with this shit.
That's a problem and a disconnect that we have in our society is we no longer have like the village mentality.
We need it. It's detrimental.
With our whole community.
Our species is nothing without it.
Our species needs the village community. Like when you see a bunch of, kids trying to do something productive, why call the cops on them?
It's trash, bro. It's trash.
Like kids are putting up a lemonade stand trying to make some money without begging for it. Willing to do something.
Guide them. Don't call.
Like if some kids
let me get some permits for you. You know what I mean?
Lawn mowing business. Like when I was a kid, right? I used to push lawnmowers. I used to ride my bike all over Taunton, man, delivering papers. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And that's how I made my bread because I knew shit wasn't free.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like my mom worked hard.
Exactly.
My stepdad worked hard.
Exactly.
I mean, my sister worked for the things that she wanted to have, so I was like, all right, I'll do that too.
Right.
Yes.
So.
That's a lot.
And that's what it is.
Upbringing and like education and shit, and even with like the different cultures, like a lot of shit. I was fortunate enough. I got brought up around a good diverse amount of people from different, lifestyles and ways about them. And even still, as an adult, meeting people, I've learned more and more cultures.
Absolutely.
But if you're brought up kind of like isolated from that. It's hard to break that shell. A lot of people feel uncomfortable about a lot of things and like
and you know what's often misconstrued that's only issue with a lot of white folks when I lived that. It was hard for me to integrate into living. I worked in different places, but we went home to the block. You know what I'm saying? It was hard for me to turn that shit off 24/7. Some days I had to turn it off 24/7. You know what I'm saying? And
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? But I still keep certain aspects because that shit helped me stay alive. I still got that I still got a little hunger. When people ask me where my hunger and drive comes from, it comes from all that pain. See, now that I reevaluated how I deal with pain, all the pain I endured in my life, I went back to and said, that's why I'm tough as fuck. That's why you can't tell me shit.
Growing up in the projects and seeing the shit that I seen when I was growing up, you know what I mean, is probably the reason why I'm like a mentally strong person. You know what I mean?
In this day and age, they make survivors feel like victims. No, you're a fucking survivor. You survive. You're strong as fuck.
Yeah, like you lived through that crazy.
No need to cry over this shit no more. Nothing. You made it, dog.
And sometimes they make you feel bad.
Yeah.
For being a survivor, but Sometimes it's crazy too, because with your mental, you can't plan as well because we grew up in survival mode.
Yes.
We didn't know if we was gonna live to the next. So it's like you're gonna move different if you know I only got to this to live. It's different.
Bingo.
I remember that was my the environment really affects you.
That was my life up till 25. That was my life. I didn't know I was gonna be here, so I was like, fuck it.
So what's crazy to me is like, even though I come from a pretty affluent family, like I still grew up with the same statistic that I wasn't supposed to make it past 25.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who tells a kid that? Like, who tells a kid you're not?
Why would you tell a kid that?
Make it past
but that's to put it in your head. That's planting a seed.
Yeah,
it's planting a seed, and that seed worked on me till I turned 25. And you're like, I tell everybody, I'm probably gonna say this in every fucking podcast because I teach them my mistakes. I was a womanizer. You know what I'm saying? Like I got 3 kids out here, 3 sons. You know what I'm saying? I have a daughter now, and I'm married and everything. I got my life turned around. But prior to that, my 2 kids' mothers, they got harsh feelings towards me, but they should. That guy did not give a fuck. He didn't think he was gonna live past 25, and he was fucking everything in sight.
It's a different way of thinking.
I was weighing bam, and I was like, where you at? Okay, hey, what's up with you, girl? Whoop, 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 whoop. And I never gave a woman the chance to even be secure with somebody. Like, everybody that I know that's not faithful and has never been, I say, have you ever tried it, fam? Just try it.
Just try it.
Yeah, I tried it once.
No, here's the thing. With the right person, though. You know what I'm saying? Let me put a caveat there. Let me put a caveat there. You never know, but that's the problem too. But that's exactly. It's just like success.
That's the whole point.
It's just like success. Love is just like success. You don't know if this shit's gonna work out, but you got to take the scar on the knee or the bump to the shoulder to figure it out. You have to, because if you don't, you'll never know. Nothing. Love is not spelled EASY. That shit is HARD.
It's hard.
In all facets, because love is not just summertime. It's seasons too, baby. It's gonna rain. It's gonna snow. You got to be able to. And here's the thing.
I'm good.
If you're hard,
so I'll pass.
If you're hard
pass on that one. Hard pass.
That ain't it.
For now. Because I ensure you, when you start to, how old are you now?
I'm 28, man.
I ensure you, when you get to a certain point and you start to look at the perception of, it's not you. It's the outside shit. And if you let that change you lose.
Yep.
Because you are you just emotionally emoted about a gentleman who was attacked and nobody cared. Yeah. So if love is in you, you can't run from it. It's gonna get you one day.
Yeah,
true. It's gonna bite you in the ass, bro. It's gonna bite you in the ass. But here's the thing, and you're gonna love it. And it's gonna be hard sometimes, and it's gonna be tough sometimes, because that's the way the world works. But you have to make sure that you don't give up on it, because you'll never receive it. It's like success. If you give up on success, you'll never receive it. Try. Because love is gonna, sometimes if you do it right and you do what you love, love will come from that.
He said, I love me.
I love me.
Yeah, on that point, especially with the.
So what if you meet a girl who raps that and is everything that you like? She's a fucking redhead, and she's matching you. She got the same colors in you. Well, I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there.
I don't know, man. I probably wouldn't be with it, because any girl that raps and is into what I do. Probably
is a guy.
Probably scary bitch.
Probably scary.
He said, "Wait a minute,
scary bitch." What you into, bro?
He's like,
the shit.
I'm playing. I'm just joking with you. I'm just joking. Yeah. But again, can't tell you what to do. But just remember to keep the door cracked.
It's gonna hit you.
Keep the door cracked. Just keep it cracked. Keep it cracked. Keep it cracked. You have any kids?
Oh, yeah.
That's an honest answer.
I respect that.
That's an honest answer.
No, I respect that. But when you definitely know one,
you done shot up the club. He said, I shot up the club before.
Yo, everybody I know that doesn't have a kid and they don't. I was the same way. I'm like, shit ain't gonna change, fam.
Listen, I have my suspicions, and if she hits me up,
then it is what it is.
All right, and then when you meet that kid, trust me, you'll feel something is
someone indescribable. Else signed the paperwork. I'm pretty sure that it ain't mine anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
His big old head starting to not look like my big old head.
Yeah. There you go.
Like someone else's big old head.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
that shit was funny as that.
Excuse me. So moving on from that one, back to the patch real quick. I just want to jump on. We had a couple of retirements over the week. So Gronk retired.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I Listen, Gronk. I think people forget if you look up the list of Gronk's injuries.
He's been
If Gronk keeps playing, he's not gonna be fucking walking. He's a big man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a lot to carry that around. Even when we watched him and he caught that great pass in the bowl, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, yeah, but that wasn't the same Gronk.
He got crunched.
Yeah, and they always hit this guy low, man. Always.
Yeah, they're trying to fuck him up.
Yeah, he was still pounding beers at the parade though.
He was, of course. Yeah, but that's normal activity.
I don't even really follow sports, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I know enough about it that like clearly he good at what he does.
Yeah, no,
yeah. And I see like the highlights and stuff, and dude, they be crunching.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Well, everyone has their time, and I mean, he's made his legacy and his mark. So I mean,
well, for me, I would just like Patriots fans because I don't want us to turn into fucking Yankees fans. So I would like the Patriots fans to just say thank you, just say thank you, fam, because that's that man's choice to be like, I'm hanging it up, bro. Right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's his. I don't like people put their wants on everybody else.
Going off on your prime.
I mean, he's got 3 rings. He's got, you're leaving a season. You won a ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Later,
he's
right off into the sunset.
Prime. He's pulling a Shaq, bro.
Well, what's gonna happen is. Well, not even what's gonna happen, but what happened. I feel like he did talk to Tom because Tom is also like
important role in his life, everything. Yeah, Tom's like, yeah,
he hasn't signed an extension.
Yeah. Giselle's on his ass too. I know she's on his ass. Like, listen, bro, I can only do this so much longer.
I want more babies.
Yeah. Like, bro, we're rich as shit, bro. Like, come on, man.
Only thing we gotta do.
That's how you know that man loves this game because he's filthy stankin'.
Fucking one.
Yeah. And be straight. There's someone right now that'll probably pay $50 million to have a Tom Brady.
I think Gronk has. I mean, I think Brady has
from his first Super Bowl, especially.
I think Brady has one more in him.
Yeah, probably.
I think so too.
I think he's got one more in him.
I think he's got 3, but
I would give him. I want to be greedy.
I
want to be greedy. I want to be greedy, but
I want him to get to 10 and then like that.
But we haven't seen any. They keep focusing on quarterbacks, and I haven't seen a lot of transcending anything and like you know what I'm saying, and I haven't seen a coaching system that's just gonna beat them right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I gotta say. The good thing about the Patriots, I will say, is that they have a system that anyone can step into.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I
mean, even
look when Matt Castle took over.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, oh, okay.
What was they like 14-2 or something like that? But it was just a weird year. It was like 11 and something, but it was a weird year. It was just a weird year. The Patriots had I think it was the Jets that had a good year or something like that. Anyway,
that's what I say too. Like, they got a dope system. Yeah, I mean, have faith in any plays.
Exactly.
And also too, like, as fans, you know, you love the fans, but we don't know what they're going through with their body. They take a lot of hits. They go through it.
Just watch some highlights of him. This shit, he be taking some
hits. He goes through it, man. So like you said, say thank you.
Yeah, say thank you, dog.
We don't know.
I mean, like, they go through it, man.
Just like the boxers and shit. Like, a lot of them end up like.
Well, that's funny that you're bringing this up because we had another retirement over the week. Apparently, Conor McGregor decided to take a step out of the arena.
I'm not hip to that.
Proper number 12. Yeah.
But I also
there's a little bit more regarding that. Conor McGregor topic is he's not just retiring because of like it's draining on
get
him
into
as
it.
an individual, but it's actually taxing on his mental health.
It is.
It puts him in a place, and I think he was talked to or like I think he's taking a page out of Mike Tyson's book. I was supposed stepping away from the whole entire fighting world to just change, like, because it like Mike Tyson said it in a podcast interview that when he's training, when he's sparring, when he's watching, when he's following it, it puts him into this I gotta be the best mentality, and it makes him a fucking dickhead.
Psycho, it's like an actor who's getting into a role.
It's like exactly like
you have to take that energy on.
When you watch the Andy Kaufman shit, with Jim Carrey, he was a dickhead to everybody.
That happened to anybody though.
So
they never knew when he was.
But here's something else. Breaking news, man. Well, I'm not breaking it, but it was breaking news when I was out in the vineyard and I was chilling and I looked up. I was in this coffee shop and I said, "Oh shit, is this why he retired?" So nobody saw that headline about him being alleged of sexual assault.
Connor?
Yeah.
Yes. His legal issues go beyond that, though.
Yeah. They do,
I heard he's got some batteries. He's got crazy assault and batteries, and he might be extradited to like 3 countries.
He's a fucking Irish.
I heard
someone on individual accounts, and then when he gets out of jail, he's got to go to jail in another country.
Well,
okay, so he on. So
here's the thing. So there's other guys in his weight class that have been suffering, and UFC is going to face some issues later on because they're having issues with CTE. And I think this is possible. What the fuck's his name?
They are having an issue.
What is his name? I just saw it. He was a gentleman. He just went through some shit with his wife, and now he has a restraining order. Damn it, he's a fucking beast. He's a welterweight too. I can't remember his name right now. It's escaping me. If I get it, I'll throw it up on the screen after this.
If I followed UFC heavier, I'd know, but I'm more of a boxer.
But you got to think about it. CTE is all about blows to the head.
Yep.
You're wearing smaller gloves than in boxing or anything.
Well, not just that. You're
taking knees, elbows.
That's where it gets
slammed on your. I don't know. That shit's crazy.
Japanese
that's that
shit.
That's that. Yeah, I'm about to say that's that crouching tiger, hidden dragon shit right there.
That strong style wrestling where they fuck you up.
Oh my goodness.
No, like they script the outcome, but they're literally kicking each other like hard as fuck.
So here's the thing. Here's an interesting fact about Conor's legacy, right?
Right.
And I want to know if this damages his legacy or not, right? So Conor's two biggest paydays. Do you know what fights they were?
Floyd.
Yeah.
And
fucking the other guy with the name that I.
Khabib.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
All right.
Name I don't remember.
Well,
yeah.
and Khabib was big because that was after Floyd.
Do you? Yep. Do you guys notice any common denominator in those fights?
Someone else's race.
Nope.
No. Let's see. Conor goes too far in talking trash.
Nope.
Let's see.
We're forgetting the most important factor of both those fights.
He was coming
down
out
pretty hard.
He lost both those fights.
True. Oh yeah.
So his legacy and the money that he's enjoying comes from losses. That can affect him mentally too. Tied in with I got to be tough. I got to get back in the fight, and I got to.
It's like, wait a minute.
And he didn't. No.
Fucked up his alpha mentality.
Floyd was a cool loss he could have taken, not his sport.
Yeah.
Khabib beat his ass.
Right.
Yeah. Khabib I think that broke him.
And not just that though. The problem is he got gassed out.
And he talked so much shit that Khabib talked so much shit to him.
Dude, that fight was crazy. And the thing about Khabib is
you
he's
didn't see
such a
Khabib say, "Let's
fighter.
talk now." That's a lot of shit talk where he come from.
But I mean,
he's mad humble. He's mad humble. Where he from? They super humble.
And a wrestler.
That was like calling him a bitch ass motherfucker. Where he come from?
He has a boxing background. Khabib is crazy.
Their beef was more real.
Well, but that's because Conor took it too far. He went after his religion.
They had a real beef.
He went after his father. That's the problem with Conor.
He went after too much against a guy that has way too much variables in his fighting ability.
But then here's my issue. But then here's my issue. The UFC created this monster.
They literally promoted it with tons of money and spent tons of money to create they literally escalated.
So how do you give this guy his highest paydays? He's taking them in losses, whatever.
They booked
he's
it like
dealing with that.
Yeah.
He's getting the most money he's ever had in his life. I mean, that's literally going from 0 to 100 real fucking quick.
You're not winning, and you ended up with paydays.
Exactly. You get these paydays, and then now everybody wants to fight you because you're a payday, and you keep losing the big battles.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, when he lost to Nick Diaz, I already was like, you guys got to stop playing it. Nate Diaz, I think it was.
That make what's her name go to like be a fucking TV wrestler? The
Ronda Rousey. Oh,
yeah.
she's another one. Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar, Ronda Rousey, and Bobby Lashley.
Now they just pretend to kick ass.
But Ronda is exactly the parallel that I can think of somebody that took some. There was their biggest fights. They took huge losses and never was the same.
Yeah,
never was the same. I don't think Conor's the same. I don't think Conor's the same fighter anymore. And I would love because listen, I'm a fan of the guy. The guy was whooping ass. I didn't like some of the shit. I didn't like him or Floyd getting in too much racial shit. They were trying to sell that fight.
That was
so they both put a bad taste in my mouth. But
the fight was great though.
Yeah, the fight was fun. It was awesomely entertaining. Awesomely entertaining.
Definitely.
Hammered.
Hell yeah, bro. The fight was better.
I'm a very big boxing fan. I've been following it for over 25 years.
The fight was better than the Pacquiao fight.
It was miles better.
Better than the Pacquiao fight.
It was great, and the best thing about it was seeing all of the weird movements coming from Conor because he's a non-boxer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're seeing
those from crazy angles,
and doing weird punches that are not normally associated with boxing. Like you're seeing a Muay Thai jab, or like some kind of weird like.
It's always a variation with him. Yeah,
man, and like the way they would he would clinch up and be like, "Yeah, you like the way I change it up on you," and like you can read the lips if you get in, like you see all the shit talk. It's great. I love that.
I think that he just lost a little balance there because there was a point in time where his shit talking was quality over quantity, and his fighting was for the, he spoke through that more, you know what I'm saying? And then the balance shifted where I got to sell these fights, and he did too much talking and not enough training.
Became a character instead, And well, so
it happens.
So do you leave at a hiatus like that when you're like the shit? Like in any industry, do you just leave? Or
and the problem is fighting is different.
It's always a downfall.
Fighting is different. Like you can't leave like Jordan and come back 3 years later and think you're gonna dominate the league. No. This game is different. We have mutants all over the league now. Jordan was the mutant. There was like 5 other mutants, Monstars with him. The league is Monstars.
Oh, you do?
Okay. Alley-oops are normal now.
You can.
You remember when they was like rare
motherfuckers that can come back. Like
Tyson came back.
Tyson came back, dude. Like
Evander
came back.
Evander came back.
Different times again.
He came back though. Like,
but we're talking about a different
Chuck
nutritional
Liddell came back,
right?
Like
Adrian Brown.
But we're talking about a different era. It's a different nutrition. These fucking athletes now are mutants.
Yeah, that's true. Man.
Like, hold on. Let me prove my point. Yeah. Everybody remembers, we'll never see nothing like LeBron again, ever. LeBron, oh my God. The fucking league is filled with motherfuckers bigger than him, more agile, and you got fucking Zion coming.
Yeah.
That's true, man.
This shit is scary.
It's changing everything.
So, again, when I say that, I'm only saying that because the talent level is leaps and bounds.
I feel that way with the rap industry as well. Like,
you cannot take no super hiatus once you're...
If you look at all the grind mode ciphers,
yes,
and even just this movement in particular, because it goes all over the country, right?
Yep.
So, and you can see rappers from every single area. Everyone's got bars, bro. All these people are dope, bro. I've only heard like 2 verses that I don't like.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna point out.
Right.
I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is for the most part, I've watched like hundreds of videos, man.
Yep.
And out of hundreds of videos, there's only a couple of verses that I was like, I didn't think they were bad, but I just thought that other ones on the cipher shine more. That's all.
That's all subjective too.
That's all
from
it is.
each viewer.
It's like, dude, you're seeing dope.
That's what I like about lingo.
People are trying to say though. What my point is people, you're never gonna see a rapper like this again.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
I see rappers
all the time.
All the time.
All over. That are different styles, different lanes, all over the place.
Yeah, that's why I always tell rappers, like, don't be so quick to like put somebody up on a pedestal when you're in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to respect their tenure, but it gotta have a fighter mentality. Like, man, I'm coming to get that seat.
Hell yeah.
Bars, I'm coming to get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect you, bro. Like, it used to be a regular thing to tell the guy that's in the seat, like, yo, you're the man, but I'm coming for the seat, bro.
Make your idols your rivals.
Yeah, you have to. That's the way you get great.
And I feel like with the game nowadays, like, you gotta do a lot of things to make yourself different. It's not just rapping. It's not just music.
Absolutely
it's like
not.
we here on this podcast. It's like we here again. You want to get your face out. You want to get your character out.
Absolutely.
The reason I had favorite rappers back in the day is because I kind of knew about them.
Yes,
you know what I mean? I knew Nas as a whole.
Exactly.
I knew his character. I knew his music. I knew what he was about. It's different. You know what I mean? You want to really make a brand out of this. And make, you know what I mean?
All the stuff that Nas did was the reason why I went out and bought him.
Right? And why you want to buy an album? You really want to. You treasure that.
Right. Exactly what it is.
We digest and consume our artists differently now too because of the overabundance of content too.
And that's accessibility issues, right? Everyone can put something on Apple Music, iTunes, all that.
Yeah, exactly.
What makes you different? That's really what it is.
Exactly. What makes you stand out?
Is that, I don't know, because I've been debating about some things. I'm not going to say what they are, but for my image and shit, and it's like, I don't know. At what point do you become like a gimmick, almost gimmicky?
Well, here's the thing.
Too gimmicky.
Hold on. But you don't see. I don't think necessarily that's what Kay's saying. I think what it is you have to find that thing in you that makes you unique. That's already there. You don't have to make anything up.
Because you're right. You don't want it to get to that point where you are a gimmick and you. But I definitely feel you.
But
it's a thin line.
Being in branding and being in business,
that's what I'm gonna say.
We do know that gimmicks work, and if some people are for that,
gotta talk.
I can't knock them.
Look at
I can't knock them.
Look at like I want to bring this up. Look at like
because there are some good gimmicks.
Right.
Weird Al, you know he's a gimmick when you see him, but it's still
even in like more recent gimmicks, even more recent gimmicks in hip hop. Take for instance, like Lil Windex. No. That guy behind it, there's a
Riff Raff.
There's an MC that drops music that's not Lil Windex, and then there's Lil Windex. Like, you see what I'm saying?
My thing though. You said we talking about music subjective. There's a whole bunch of people that say that person sucks.
Right.
But there's a whole bunch of people that love these motherfuckers.
Right, man.
So you just gotta
this dude did the gimmick and did all the funny shit, making fun of mumble rap and all of that, to get his name out there, and then he was like, "This is what I really do."
Right. Yeah,
you know what I'm
yep,
saying?
yep.
And like,
Exactly.
I respect any people. Like, if you find a way to make a lane for yourself, dude, there's money out there, and there's this and that for everybody.
Yep.
You gotta respect that too, because like you said, not every artist is for everyone.
Nah.
When you find your market and you find our fans that are really loyal to you, it really don't matter who don't rock with you, because your market is really gonna run with you. You feel me? So there's a market for everybody.
When you hear old school artists, and you don't hear this from a lot of the new artists, but when you hear old school artists say, "I made this for my core," because they know what that thing is that makes them listen to them.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
So now here's and I'll dive in a little bit on the marketing side now, is that you've got to be careful with eras, right? A lot of the information that you're getting from artists who have already made it is outdated.
Oh yeah.
So they're saying, "Yeah, I made this with my core." You can't do that anymore. Because
be fucking with you.
Well, that's true. Everybody doesn't tell all their truth when it comes to how they make it. Yep, exactly. So now, when you look at it from a branding perspective, you do have to find your creative point, but you also have to realize you need to be able to figure out what your ideal listener looks like, and then where do they hang out. Definitely. And how do you get to them?
And I'll add on to that.
How you get to
Another way you can create a core is not necessarily through your music. You can start your own fucking podcast.
Yep.
Right. And pick people up by osmosis through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not bad to have a core. You definitely want to have.
Right.
Core to me means dedicated fans.
Right.
Fact.
Okay? They rock with me. They rock with me. They rock with me.
Yeah, man.
You feel what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Not just like, the only people that listen to me rapping one way.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the fans that are so dedicated that they take you in all flavors because they respect your creativity. Cold fans. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That leads back to you still have to find them.
You still have to find them.
Like, that's the marketing component that a lot of artists get this, like, oh, I want a core. I want people that support me. But the problem at the end of the day is, how do I get to them?
Definitely.
Because they have to start from 1 to 2 to 20 to 2 million fans. You had to reach one first. Yeah. You had to reach 2, then 3, then maybe 17 at one time.
You have to reach 1,000.
You have to reach 1,000.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So as good as you may think you are, or as much as as unique as you are, if the only people hearing it are in your garage, like it's not about to work out for you.
Right.
Absolutely.
It could be the best music on earth.
That no one ever heard. I hate this, and if anyone here has ever done this, that's a hit right there. I tell every artist, marketing makes hits.
Period.
What you have is something that sounds great.
Great.
It's not a hit yet until there's numbers behind it.
Exactly.
So humble, not even humble yourself.
Just hone it in a little bit.
But be modest. I made something that sounds great to me. I think it can go somewhere, and then figure out how to market that. Get into a vehicle that can take it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah, man, I feel that. Like, I only get like 4,000 or 5,000 plays a song, and none of them are hits. I just got people listening to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just got people, that rock with me, and they'll throw me on once a day. Or they'll put my song in a playlist.
Yep.
That's why I always like if people have paid attention to me when I've been doing my music thing, whatever, you know what I'm saying, I always stuck to just check this out. Yep. Let me know. It's gonna do what the fuck it's gonna do, bro. Like, just check this out, and I get it to the right channels. Now I'm dealing with Tyson again because I had a crazy ride, and then I just chilled. I got my life together. Now me and Tyson are getting together, and we're about to start rebranding a whole bunch of shit. But it's all about just check this out, just getting it around more eyes, more ears. You know what I'm saying? Giving it an opportunity to grow.
And what's funny for me is I actually work with artists that have verifiable hits by the numbers, and I'll show that to someone, and they're like, oh, well, this and this and this is wrong with that, and I'm like, okay, show me your best song.
Exactly.
And then they show me their best song, and I'm like, yours does sound better, but it's not a hit. You want to know why? Numbers.
That's why I always touch on. If you have time to critique, you're not working.
You gotta plant the seeds. You gotta plant the
If you have time to overly critique, you're not working.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't really speak on other people's projects.
Yeah, just stay focused.
I don't I hardly listen to anything, man, besides instrumentals.
Somebody just asked me yesterday. Someone asked me.
I don't do much. Like my free time, I write. I work on my craft. I don't watch TV. I don't play video games.
Yeah, nothing no more.
That's just me. But it's like planting the seed, and it's like putting it out there. That energy, that comes. A lot of life, in my opinion. A lot of fucking life comes down to literally science and shit I learned in science class. the universe and all that shit.
Yeah, man.
Like,
yo, I keep telling people, like, you don't use the scientific method? Man. Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
You better apply them steps.
Anything you want to do, you just apply
the scientific method.
Principles.
Yep.
Exactly.
Definitely.
You're engineering your fucking life.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's really come down to focus too. Just like you said, you listen to beats and you listen to you're constantly writing.
Yeah,
me too.
man.
Like, and I have a lot of friends who say, you know, like I want to get into more shows. I want to do the. You really gotta get out here.
You gotta get out.
You gotta get out here. I'm sick of people saying there's not enough support. There's not enough.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's a myth.
Get out here.
It's a myth.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Ones that
You
sit
really gotta
around
get out
enough
here.
support.
with their time.
You gotta get out here.
It's not enough support means I don't have enough SoundCloud plays. Like, you fucking shit. Get outside. Go outside.
Fuck your SoundCloud plays, bro.
Yeah, go outside.
Go to the show, right? Because if it really mattered, man, like I've got like almost 40K total plays on my shit. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, like SoundCloud, but what am I doing, man?
Right.
I'm just working on my music and just doing my thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm just working on my music and doing what I want to do.
Yep.
And I just play shows every once in a while. I show up for grind mode. You want to know how I got into doing all of that and playing shows and performing? I went to other shows.
Right.
it.
I
Network.
Bingo.
networked with other rappers.
Bingo.
Right.
I
Meet
met
people
with-
that put on the show.
Yeah,
Bingo.
I added a promoter on Facebook, and on a chance, hey, maybe he'll add me. And then he did, and I was like, hey, can I get on that show? And I could.
Right.
And then I started doing it. And it's because
And you
Get
never
out
know
of
how
your
many
comfort
people are
zone.
listening to your ciphers
Get out of your
before they
comfort
see you
zone.
in person. They may be
Exactly.
like, yo, he's dope. They gonna see you in person, like, yeah, it matches.
Yeah.
And it really connects with them when they see you, you know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
person to the lyrics.
They probably listening to you for a minute, and they see you, and they're like, yo,
Oh,
he's
shit.
dope.
Yep,
He's dope.
exactly.
Complete package.
So you never know
feel
how
me?
that's going to work out.
Facts.
So, again, yo, this has been a dope show. I love the vibes. I love the balance here. You know what I'm saying? It's been a dope show. Go ahead, Tyson.
Yeah,
you throw it in.
policy. Go ahead. I want before.
Oh, you had something on there?
Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
my fault. Throw some
I was
flavor
gonna
on there.
say your hustle is like 90% of it. Like you don't even have
Absolutely.
I don't even have like actual material out, just ciphers and like shit I do. I had some shit, but like I don't have a lot of shit like out that I push for like records and I just hustle.
Yep.
And I've done a lot. I've gone a lot of places. A lot more than I would have ever.
Let's be honest, you don't really want to drop nothing until that hustle get to the top.
Yeah.
You're doing it the right way. You want hustle. Let them
I
get
can
their
add
face.
one more thing to that is I only have 6
Really?
songs on my SoundCloud, and I've got 39,000 plus plays on
dope.
total on all of it. And it's only 6 songs, man. Most of my stuff is unreleased that I just perform live. If you want to have the kosher experience, come see me.
Right, come see me. Yup, let them know.
I'll perform a
Come
set,
see me.
and it'll be more than what you can hear on the
Yes.
internet. You know what I mean? Like that's
fair,
that's
that's
how I
fair.
get people to come out. If you want to hear more, come see me, and you get to see what I'm working on, what will be on a future project.
Definitely. Yup.
And that's what it's all about, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what the Dinner Club is all about. You know what I'm saying? Just getting more artists, people from different backgrounds coming out here, sitting down, just talking about our dreams, our aspirations, beyond music, within music, you know, all around music, just everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just looking for musicians. I do want to make a call to guests. I'm looking for people that want to come in and talk about physics, thermodynamics, whatever the hell you want to talk about. Let's talk about ET. Let's talk about whatever you want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a safe place for free speech. Even if you're somebody's gonna come in here and say something too crazy, I'm just gonna throw my disclaimer up on the video and then let the internet have you.
Right.
But don't blame me. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you the space to talk. You know what I'm saying?
That's the smart way to do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw my disclaimer up and let the internet do what they do. I also always explain to people, like, I'm just a human being that's trying to learn how to navigate these different eras, the different spectrums and things that's going on. And instead of me arguing or talking at people, I'm inviting people to the table to talk with them. So a lot of the times there's things that I'm bringing things to the table moving forward that actually are things that I'm uncomfortable with, because I've learned more and gained more character in life, sharpening myself around unlike minds and people like that.
Yeah, man, the comfort zone is not where you grow. So
No, it's not.
At all, right?
Topics.
One of my things is
everything. Get out of the comfort zone.
greatness is always against the grain.
Yes, it is.
It's never with the wind. So you just got to keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing what you're doing. And I like that, you know, we bring people up here, we're talking about everybody having multiple hunts. You know, I consider myself a lion of all hunts. You know, you have to be multifaceted. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to multitask in these times. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be, you know, you can't be a studio rapper. You can't be, you know, just a vlogger. You know what I'm saying? You have to, you know, branding today is actually learning how to market your personality, your person. It used to be your product now, but now a lot of people aren't buying the product. They're buying into the person behind the product. So, you know, you just have to understand how
follow
that.
your Instagram and see your story.
Yeah, they want to know. They want to know about you.
They want to know everything
wanna know
you do
about
every
you.
day.
And that's
nosy.
And that's
Yeah, they
why.
want to get to know you.
You just want to be nosy. You want to be all up in the tick.
Absolutely. So again, we just want to thank everybody for coming out. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of cool stuff going on in the future with the Dinner Club podcast. Hashtag TDC, the Dinner Club.
Hashtag grind mode.
You already know we out here. You know I'm representing, got the grind mode shirt on. You know I'm always branding for local. Yo, if anybody really knows me, you know how serious I am with this shit, because you haven't seen me in no other form of clothing but local shit or my shit for fucking almost a decade. You feel me? Like I don't wear nothing
slap
else.
You with a kosher shirt, my dude.
Oh, send it my way, bro. Anybody else?
Absolutely will, man.
Any other artists that want to send me some clothing, by all means, send it over. Sponsor a brother.
And
you know
on
what
the
I'm
first,
saying?
man, make sure you check out Grind Mode Cypher. I got a video dropping on the 1st.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be nuts.
Yes. And again, thank you guys for coming out. This has been the Dinner Club. I want you guys to digest slowly and stay positive out here. Be fearless, man. Know what you're going after, man. Tyson, you want to sign off, man?
Yeah, and always remember, no matter what you eat, just always clear your plate.
Thank you for watching the Dinner Club podcast. If you want to stay up to date with our new content and episodes, please like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to hit that bell for notifications.